Hello and welcome to Boarding Party's Pokemon DnD campaign. Featuring Bentley Woods, CJ, Phoebe Wilhelm, Milo Reuter, and D. Blackwater. I'm Drew, the Game Master for the Lyris region. As Lord Ridgemont stands before D, awaiting a difficult answer to a difficult question, the Tots prepare to take their first steps into home ownership. Hello, and welcome.
Hot starts were
Welcome back. Boarding Party Session 93. The gang's all here.
Yeah.
They're all back together.
Gungus.
In Wilhelm Manor.
Wow.
Last I left you all,
Sorry, I was reading.
things were
Yes.
a bit sketchy, a bit on the fence.
Yeah.
Lord Ridgemont left D with the ultimate prying questions. And left D and Phoebe with 1 and 2 doses of ambrosia respectively. And we'll cover what that does in just a little bit. But for now, as the tombstone is extricated from CJ's hand and into Lord Ridgemont's, do you have any parting questions before he answers whatever D chooses? Because we're going to start there. That's my hot start for this one.
Stop.
Milo, you and Bentley find yourselves standing in the open parlor with everyone else. Because as part of the deal, Phoebe, a beautiful pearlescent key is in your hands.
Put that in.
Okay, beautiful pearlescent key. Yeah, please type that all out.
Oh.
It's very important.
Is that
Spelling's
what-
important. So, the 2 rewards of the potential very, very many that you have. You have 3 doses of ambrosia with the power to heal all wounds, mortal and otherwise. It's 3 charges. It can restore any creature from 0 hit points or below to maximum, cleanses all exhaustion points, and can resurrect the dead within 7 days.
7 days?
7
When
days.
you said 3 charges, so if Tia has 2, she kind of has 6 uses?
No.
Oh.
You have 3 doses. You
Like vials.
like she has
Nice.
2 vials in one.
You can do it 3 times.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you guys have 3 get out of jail free cards. Like, we messed up. The example that I'm gonna give is Bentley doesn't make his save and falls through the Xantha Bridge all the way into the canyon and dies. If you can get to his body within 10 days,
7
he
days?
perks up, no problem, nothing happens.
You said 7. I just want to clarify.
7 or 10? Which one?
Oh,
How
sorry,
many days,
10.
bro?
Sorry, 10.
10 days. Okay.
10
10
days.
days.
It works as a raised dead in a bottle.
Okay.
It is a raised dead in a bottle. If you are down, you are up at full hit points.
Yeah.
Well, it's only
Works.
been like 42 days since that guy died in the boat, so, you know,
No,
maybe
that guy's still here with us. His
Burial-
name is Des now.
burial dancer. Pick him up.
You have that, and you have a place to rest
Yes.
on your long journeys.
Woohoo!
And we're going to cover that as soon as Lord Ridgemont leaves your presence. But for now, D, have you made your choice?
But
What
I
do you want
mean,
to know?
promise me that you would tell me where my dad is. So that's already part of the deal, right?
I can tell you where he is, of course. But do you want to know who he is, what he does, or what happened to your mother?
You're not trying to swindle me and it's like, she died in an explosion and she did this. It's something more than that. Can you at least promise me that?
It's much more. Either one is going to hurt. I can't help with that.
Whoa! Where am I? What's going on?
You're in Wilhelm Manor, Master Reuter.
Huh?
Hi.
For my clarity, you're Troy right now, right?
Oh, yes.
Lord Richmond.
There is no Troy. There is only Lord Richmond.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I said.
My given name is Fusel.
You're a Fusel, right?
Yes. For clarity, yes.
I want to inspect Phoebe's eyes to see if she's still.
Yeah. Give me an insight check, and
Missed
then
up eating ash.
Jesus.
Natural one.
Natural one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sun's in your eyes.
What am I doing?
Nothing.
Oh.
He failed critically.
Phoebe, are you in any way acting different than normal?
No.
Okay. Yeah. But can you trust that?
No.
The last 10 times you've seen Phoebe, she's been completely entranced.
Yeah. And grab her
And she
shoulders.
looked totally normal then too.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab her shoulders and shake her and you gotta snap out of it.
Let go of me.
This isn't your house.
Stop it.
No, you have to snap out of it.
Snap out of what?
You have to. When you were dancing and thinking it was Claremont.
Yeah. I'm not. No.
Incite that. I'm just kidding.
Natural one again. She's totally lying to you, dude. All right, D. What's your choice?
Tell me about my mom.
Is this going on in the room? Okay.
Yeah, you and Bentley both find yourselves very, very awkwardly on the outsides of a super serious conversation. As you then start shaking Phoebe. Ridgemont does not break eye contact with D the entire time.
Yeah, when he says what answer that he wants, he goes from that studious look to just head on the floor and just kind of staring at his shoes.
All right, D. Lord Ridgemont snaps his fingers, and one of those little poniard fellows comes out with a long, spectral white piece of tape. Familiar to the four of you, but D, you've never seen anything quite like this. And he presents it on a silk pillow out towards you. Touch this to your forehead, and you'll know everything you want to know. And some things you probably don't. All part of the deal. You make it through that one, I'll tell you where your dad is. All right. We see a lovely flashback. D, you're no more than a couple years old. Itty bitty baby D, hanging out in the house. You see a much younger, much more caring visage of your father. He's saying goodbye to his wife, your mother, as they both leave for work. Within this vision, D, give me a perception check. I'm going to give you a chance to discover some deets about the other side.
15.
15. On the lapel of your father's coat, you see a very finely crafted, very ornate brass anchor. As he says goodbye and plods off out of the house, your mother brings you to work with her, as she does most of the time. But you're not in your childhood home. Not anymore. As soon as you pass through those doors, you're getting off some sort of very loud, whirring vehicle that's out of sight. You're not sure where you are or how you got there. But you see, through your mother's eyes, walking towards a very large structure. And there are 3 other buildings, all connected by these large Jacob's Ladder-looking power lines. Give me a history check using your mother's history modifier, which is 11. She's a smart lady.
22.
22.
Plus 11?
Plus 11.
God.
Yeah.
That's where I get my brains, man.
Yeah.
She is a book.
Yes, pretty much. This facility, specifically the building to your southwest right now, houses dozens and dozens of volatile electrodes that are having power siphoned from them keep the buildings operational. All around, your mother sees the typical comings and goings of her coworkers. Some human, some not quite human, but they do their best. You hear the scattered sounds of "report" off in the distance. A very typical exercise. As your mother scans her ID badge and enters in to the largest of these 4 buildings, you see an enormous beast in pain, a great deal of pain. It has a tremendous gash across its front. It's massive. That's all you can really see through the glass. She drops off little baby D at the daycare center. We're here. This was the last time she would ever see you, and you would ever see her. As she scans her ID badge and enters this room, you see an enraged mass of arms, claws, and fangs. It's not one creature, it's 2. And they're currently at each other's throats. As soon as your mother enters the room, you feel an enormous stinging and searing pain in your stomach. And as she looks down, blood. Lots and lots of blood. As whatever this creature is withdraws its large claw, you get a better view of it. It's the last thing you see. A massive, bronze-scaled creature with enormous scythe-like claws, almost like knives. Axe blades grafted to the front of its face. Wrapped and coiled around it is a massive blue snake. It seems to be attempting to crush and subdue this creature. You've worked with this Arbok before. He's quite skilled in sedatives. But as you collapse to the ground, you see the head of this compound. He's always kind of creeped you out. You hear the clicking of his very distinctive shoes. To the outside of the door. As the sedatives kick in, you reach your hand out. See the horrible visage of Arlecchino. This mime, who you've never seen in person. You always believed you were working for a human, why wouldn't you be? Has been torturing and experimenting on Pokemon for months. And unknowingly, so have you. Where you thought you were administering these sedatives and healing measures and salves, they were methods for paralysis and sedation. And as you feel those claws rake into you once more, you hear the terrible laughter of the demon clown. Your vision leaves your mother's corpse as the clown ushers for one of the attendants to place her corpse in the back of a jeep. Drive it to the edge of the compound and toss it unceremoniously over the wall. Your mother would be discovered by park rangers about a week later, and they presume, rightly so, that she had been mauled. You don't see your father's reaction to this. He doesn't come home for another 3 months. out at sea. And D, your vision returns to you. You still feel that stinging, searing, burning pain in your abdomen for a few seconds before it leaves you. So your mother knew that some shady business was going on and had been working in Greengate as like a
Actual nurse.
as an actual literal nurse.
Mhm.
And all of these reports were coming in from Nutri. And she took it upon herself after your dad left to follow him and see where he goes.
Oh.
And he goes to the port, and there's a whole bunch of shipping containers coming in from inland. So she follows them. And she arrives at that facility, and they let her in. And she sees something she's not supposed to see, and the clown lets things be as they are. And then to cover up for everything, just dumps her on the preserve.
Yeah, D's probably just gonna like start slowly kind of getting onto his knees and kind of just curling up. One, from the pain, two, to just hide all sadness, to kind of just shield it away from everybody, and just kind of just sit and weep for an amount of time.
Okay. The little poniard fellow plucks up towards your forehead and removes the silver thread. The memory remains, but the pain dissipates as he places it back on the pillow and excuses himself from the room. Lord Ridgemont, in this time, has simply been staring at the tombstone in his hand, opening and closing his fist, getting used to the sensation that you're, until recently, were very used to. The feeling of having an immovable rock in the center of your palm that was quite movable when you wanted it to be. But that feeling's gone now. Young Blackwater, when you're ready, I have news of where your father is. But take some time. Miss Wilhelm, Lady of the Manor. I'd say I'd show you around, but the space is yours. You have 10 rooms. Use them wisely. They can conjure anything you can think of, anything you've seen, just can't be alive. Fill them as you see fit. Use those vials of ambrosia I've given you. Use them sparingly. There's a garden out front. Think you'll find the soil is quite fertile. Good for growing things. And, Mr. Woods, if you'd like another crack at the treasure vault that the two of you have been snooping around in, just don't break anything. If you need me, you don't know where to find me. And one last thing, Phoebe.
Yeah.
That key works at dawn and dusk every day for an hour, as long as you can see the sky. You decide who comes in and who doesn't. Anything you leave inside will be inaccessible until the next time the door opens. That includes your partners. They can be free range in this manner. No harm can come to them,
But don't oversleep.
but you can't access them. And D, your father is currently anchored just off the coast in Falchester. He's on a boat. You can't miss it. It's called the Drowned Devil.
Sounds nice.
He's not. And, D, don't be too harsh on your father. He is the way he is for a reason.
Yeah, D just nods.
We may never meet again, but I hope we do. And he winks, and he's gone.
What was the name of the ship?
The Drowned Devil.
4.5 stars on Yelp.
Pretty good.
This will be busted as all heck. CJ and Milo. Upon hearing the drowned devil, give me a history check.
We were on that boat.
Here comes.
I may not have been.
Oh boy.
Milo definitely
No, they
was.
don't. They don't remember anything.
Yeah, you don't.
10.
8.
10 and 8?
I have a plus
That's 18.
6.
That's 18.
Yeah.
I have a -1. What?
Does nothing for you. Neither one. You're like, I don't know, I never heard that before.
Yeah.
The players can know, but you guys have no idea.
Well. Cool name for a boat.
Yeah.
I want to go on that boat.
I want to go on that boat.
CJ,
What's up, bro?
you heard a rap tap tap at the window.
Is it Des?
Hey!
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 Yes!
Can I come in?
Yes! 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 Come in!
Oh, cool. Yeah, Phoebe, as soon as you say yeah, he pops through the window. Oh, cool. Oh, man. Dude, what happened to you guys? You've been in here for like forever.
Yeah.
What's going on?
A lot. I'm just gonna run up to him
Hey!
and try to hug him.
Hey, big duck, come here. And you see Mortar come walking over. Kind of peer through the window. Lift Manny up in the little chimchar. And they're just like, hey, can I come in too?
Yeah.
Alright. Hey, come on in, big duck. And we watch as Mortar just as they all come popping in.
I'm just gonna run over and hug Mortar.
Yeah.
Do the same thing with Des.
They give you like the longest look of like, where have you been?
How long?
Yeah. How many
What do you
days?
mean by forever?
I mean, it's been a long time. You guys have been gone.
Like a day?
No, you've
A
been
week?
gone for like 2 weeks.
Oh.
I got a bit worried waiting for you, so I took the lads back to Fola, and I came here every night, waiting for you to come out, and no one ever did. But then, out of nowhere, big white door shows up. So tonight must be special, yeah?
Bro.
You're out.
Is that something we need to know? He said we could come back here, but if we like spend the night, is that going to be
We're
another
stuck.
week?
Phoebe, you have an inherent knowledge that no, that is not the case.
Oh.
But part of the nature of the enchantment that kept you guys there
Yeah.
was to break your will, however long it took.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Your manner lasts through the night,
Okay.
and
So
Time passes
no
normally.
time warps.
no time warps for you.
All right.
Mortar, Manny, I'm so sorry.
They just give you a big hug. They're like, ah, come here, you big sap. Come here. Come here. Yeah, no, Big Duck came out here with me every night.
Dude, you guys are amazing.
Bit of weird news. I can't, like, find you.
Yeah.
Do you... Oh.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, that explains a bit. You know those two dudes that were like super annoying all the time? They're like, oh yeah, I'm standing over here,
Yeah.
standing at that. Yeah, they left like immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was part of why I ran over here so quick. Is they stopped standing going, oh yeah, maybe for me, whatever. And then they're gone. But you're back.
Yeah.
He's back.
Wonder if they went with him.
Oh, I don't know. There weren't much for talking.
Right. Thank you for doing that. You're amazing.
Oh man. No, I couldn't leave this little guy alone as man. He's like trying to punch him and he's like, oh, he's such a scamp. Oh, isn't he? Isn't he just the best little guy?
Yeah.
He's got a little egg hat. It's so cute.
Is Monty back at Fola too? Do you know?
Oh yeah, the little bird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you just whistle for him, I bet he can hear you.
In here?
Oh, I don't know.
I'll
He's-
try anyway.
Yeah. Give me a performance check.
Perform good.
Best whistle of his life.
11.
11. Higher than a 10. You whistle and you hear a
Look at it.
Hey, bud. I'm
He's like pecking at the window.
I'm hearing. Oh, can he come
Come on in.
Thanks. I'm hearing we were.
and he just like hugs your face with his wings. It's a
good
little
to-
awkward.
It's good to see you too.
And he's like squawking and barking and jumping all over your
Yeah,
arms.
we'll catch up later, but honestly, I thought it had been like a day.
He's like,
Yeah, I know, but
he's like, The calendar month switched.
This place is
Get your
weird,
information.
man.
He's like,
This place is weird. We'll get out of here soon, though, I promise.
Is there a trash can nearby?
do you imagine a trash can nearby?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, is there a bin? Poof, you put your hand on it. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, I think he ate. Maybe ate too much.
I'll walk over to him and be like, "You good?"
No.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'll need to decompress. We can fill you in later.
All right. All right. All right. Do I feel different?
You feel, for lack of a better word, you feel a little more alive. You've got some energy back in you. You don't feel lethargic or tired after any points of exhaustion that may have been incurring. You feel fine. But there's a noticeable difference for you. You feel warmer, for one, but you also don't feel this like looming sense that at any moment something spooky might happen to you.
Oh. Yay, Happy CJ's back.
Yeah. As you're thinking that, your eyes do kind of linger a little bit too long at the pile of logs in the center of the room, which regrettably made its journey with you.
Great. Great. I'm gonna run over there and make sure that they're actually logs.
Yeah, give me an investigation check, CJ.
Ooh, what's my investigation score?
5.
Where is it? Oh, it's great. Really good. It's a 10.
Okay. Yeah, they're just logs. They're just logs. They are no longer the thing that you didn't ask to see, but had to see anyway.
All right. Right. All right.
Gazi, are you
Logs.
okay?
These are all right.
What happened?
We did a thing. You'll be happy. The
So
disc is
much.
gone. Yippee-ki-yay, no more ghost stuff for CJ.
Is that a sarcastic yippee-ki-yay?
Kinda. I don't really know.
It's not no more ghost stuff, is it?
Well, I mean,
it's just
I get that ghost
just
stuff.
like less.
I get that ghost stuff.
Yay!
I get only the good ghost stuff now.
The best ghost stuff.
So
And I got
isn't
to keep
that,
my
like,
hands.
exactly what you wanted?
I mean, I guess I don't. That guy was very strange, and he didn't tell me what he was gonna do with the disc. He's just like, "You're gonna destroy the world, and I won't." Like, I don't know. I'm worried about it. I feel better. I'm glad that I have Dez still.
Hey.
I hope that I can still do that thing with my eyes. But other than that, yeah, good, I guess.
Do you have any idea what Lord Ridgemon is gonna do with it?
No, dude, he wouldn't tell me.
Well, if it's anything like this place, something terrible is gonna happen.
Why? This place seems pretty cool.
No!
Why?
It's awful. In the ballroom, you just dance forever until your feet fall off or you go to prison.
I didn't experience any of that.
Milo and I were put in jail cells.
Like actual jail cells, or was it like before with like the rooms that we were in? Because this kind of seems like that
They were
ghost.
like
It was like a room, and then they lock the room and the door goes away.
Oh.
It's basically jail.
That's nicer than just like a blank room. But yeah, anyway. But like it,
Can I
he said
summon
that.
a cookie?
Yeah.
Not throw it on.
Yo.
Place is pretty cool. Though.
Yeah, it is. What the heck? You just made a cookie up here. Can I do that?
Oh no.
I want like a lasagna.
Done.
Decidedly not.
Yes! Are you kidding me? This is the coolest place ever.
Yeah.
And now I want a gallon of ice cream on top of the lasagna.
boy.
There it is. Now you have to eat it, or it's
Oh,
food
I'm
waste.
gonna eat it right now.
Okay.
Oh god.
So yeah, to break it down into bite-sized chunks, Phoebe, you can share in the creation of the 10 rooms, or you can do it yourself. It's up to you.
Okay.
You can make 10 rooms. You can put in them
Whatever.
anything you can imagine. There are limitations to this.
Okay.
You can't create a room that has like a Machop in it. You can't create life in that room.
Okay.
Only inorganic things. You can make food and water.
Okay.
You can make bedrooms. If you wanted to, best example I can think of is if you wanted to make like a library.
Oh.
It's only full of things you know.
Oh, okay.
You
okay.
can't fill it with, give me a list of like resistance locations, because you don't know that. If
Okay.
you learn it,
Yeah.
you can put it in the library and you'll know it. And
Okay.
it'll be there and you can access it for later.
Could she make a room
Mind
like full of
palace.
weapons?
You could, but there's a catch. If
Okay.
you bring something into the manor,
Uh-huh.
you can take it out with you. If you make something in the manor and you walk out that door,
It's not there.
it's gone.
Uh,
It cannot leave the manor, but nothing can break in.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, if you guys are out on a journey, as long as you can see the sky at dusk, that door is open to you for an hour. And
Okay.
you can go in and nothing can follow you.
Okay.
If you're underground, if you're inside, nothing doing. But what I'm saying is you guys have grown beyond the point of a random encounter happening in the night being anything other than a minor
Sure.
inconvenience. So you don't have to worry about that anymore.
could we
You have
go
Wilhelm
in?
Manor.
Could we bring stuff in there that we wanted to kill and kill it in there?
You'd have to let it in.
Right. So like Phoebe was like, "Hey, come in here," and then it came in there, and then we could go into the weapon room and just kill it. We could do that. I just want to know the mechanics.
I have a couple of gray area questions too.
Yeah, fire away.
In a hypothetical,
Like that will probably never happen. I just want to know if it could.
mine does not involve baiting people in for murder.
It involves baiting them in food.
Then don't even bother.
Yeah. What's the
So
point?
hypothetically, let's pretend for a second that TMs existed and it's like a breakable disc.
Yeah.
And
Could
I
you
bring-
conjure a thing?
Teach it to them and then they leave. Do they lose the knowledge?
No. On that point, if your Pokemon stay in here without you and you give them a training regiment or a move to work on,
That's kind of what I'm
they
getting
can
at.
make progress while you're not there,
Okay.
Cool.
but you won't be there with them.
Cool.
Yes.
Would they still be part of our team, or do they count as being like in?
They
the
are
PC?
not in a ball, but they are not in the PC. So I'm not going to count them against your team, but you don't have access to them if you leave them in
Until-
there during a day.
You can't get them
Okay.
out via PC or whatever. You can only
Right.
go
You
in.
have to go in
at
and
Yep,
get
times
you would have to
together.
go in. So
Okay.
there's a trade-off to it.
Daytime.
Your guys can be free range in the manor, and the manor will accommodate them as they need to.
Yeah.
If they go, oh, I'm hungry, food will appear,
Okay.
and they can eat. If they go, I'm thirsty, there's water. If they want to go for a run, there will be a big old field they can run in.
Okay.
Similar to the room that you've seen, with all of those Pokemon in there, and it was just this mishmash of biomes of happy Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Okay.
Could she make a room a house?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could make a sleeping quarter. Everybody could have their own rooms.
I mean,
But yeah.
Forget roofs.
it's just
Yeah,
houses
I want a
on
house.
houses.
It's
yeah,
like
I mean,
a room, but
we
it's like an open
literally-
floor
yeah,
plan.
one of the rooms is just another manor. We just do it infinitely. We just broke the system. Let's go.
In that sense, no. But you could make
Drew,
a room.
you said yes already.
No, you could make a room that's a full
Manor,
house.
manor.
You could do that. And
Yeah.
that would be that room.
So each one is a manor, and each one of those has 10 rooms, and then each
Why
one
not
of
just let
those
those
rooms.
manors have 20 rooms?
Well, yeah,
Let
see,
me-
you could.
let me-
but the rule is 10, so.
Let me quell your fears. You're starting with 10 rooms. I don't want to overwhelm
Oh,
you.
sick. We can have as many
If you
rooms as
fill
we
the
want.
10 rooms
Sick, and we need
and
more.
you really need more, you just ask.
Sick. We're probably never going to fill 10
There's a
rooms.
Yeah,
reason
no.
that Lord Ridgemont's Manor went back as far as it did and was constantly shifting. He was adding new rooms
Right.
Okay.
as he needed them.
Makes sense.
I see.
And as the guards needed somewhere to rest, they would conjure a guard room.
Cool.
So you can share these permissions with people, but you ultimately have say
Oh.
of how the manor works.
Sick.
So Drew, if I create something in here with the material that I conjure in here, does that object go away?
I will say yes.
Okay, but
The
if I
materials that you invent in here can't leave. But if
Yeah.
you bring everything in and work on it,
and then I can
Then
bring
you
it
can
out.
then it's
take it
fine.
out.
Okay.
But if
But you could
have-
prototype.
Yes.
And-
Limited
Sick.
of a supply, you can get a bunch of it in
Yeah.
here to get good at it,
Sick.
and then come out
Yeah,
and make it for
that was the
real.
plan.
What you can do is
Sick.
basically make Pokeballs over and over and over again.
Craft daddy.
So that you can
Get
do
really
it
good.
like second nature, and then it just becomes a case of like over a short rest, like make a Pokeball.
Okay.
As long as you have the materials.
Of course.
Pretty dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
wanna make
The
so many
garden.
guns.
The garden outside.
Yeah.
If you plant something in there, it will produce whatever it produces once every 2d6 days. So if you plant an Oran berry out there, you roll 2d6, and that's how many days it'll take for an amount of Oran berries to be produced. If you put like vegetables or fruits or something out there, like a fruit tree or like squash, it'll every 2d6 days.
Pick the
have
wrong
stuff.
time to use
And
my
that's
last
different.
raspberry.
And that's different from saying I want 6 oran berries.
Because you can eat those.
Because-
if you grow them in the garden,
Yeah.
they can come with you.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the last little bit that got thrown at you is once every 3d6 days, you can attempt to pilfer something from the treasure vault.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
catch. It has to be in there. And it has to not be noticeable by Lord Ridgemont when it's gone. So you can't be like, I want the massive oil painting of him that I saw. It's very obvious there's going to be a higher DC for it.
Unless I paint one in the manor. It's an exact replica.
He goes into your room and there's just hundreds of tests.
Let's just get really good at it.
Yeah.
He's like, wait,
So-
what? And then he goes and looks at the one in there. He's like, how dare you?
It just looks like the lady that did the
Just so horrible.
the Jesus painting, but it just looks like a potato.
Yeah.
Just abysmal.
Would this pass? Like, no, CJ, I think you're gonna have to keep practicing.
You're
but
gonna need to
it's
get
a good
good at
start.
It's
Yeah.
a perfect replica. It's like, then why steal it?
Yeah.
You can reproduce
Like, I just
it
have it.
well.
Yeah.
Shut up, Milo.
So let's see.
Not the point!
Yeah, so basically the exact wording of it is once every 3d6 days, you can conjure an item from the treasure vault. If the item that you're asking for is in there, you get access to it for that rest. So you can study it, you can play around with it, you can figure out what it does. You could potentially learn how to make one of your own, and then at the end of that watch, it goes back. So you can borrow stuff, is a good way to put that.
All right.
Oh, it does say May. So yeah, if
His red velvet
if the
coat.
thing in the vault originated with materials that are in your reality,
They
the
can,
material plane, you might be able to take it with you.
Interesting.
Just it depends
AKA
what
the
it depends
fleshy
what the
Pokeball.
things are. Depends what the things are.
I feel like
You're
he
unaware.
would notice
trident.
that being missing.
I am Aquaman.
My man.
So, is it one of those things, dawn or dusk, right now?
It is currently dusk, which is why the manor is accessible and available, and your team is able to come in.
Okay.
So, is that effectively what Ridgemont was saying? The vault.
Yes, of like
we have a shot of taking something.
like
out,
if you snoop around in there, just don't break anything. It's
Okay.
basically like play with the toys, have fun,
okay.
see what it is, but
Don't break it.
just be careful. Like don't stab yourself
Break
because you
the
can
body.
still die in the manor. But you know you're not immortal in here. But
Well-
things can't happen to you.
We can still die.
On that note, Bentley's
We've got
gonna
ambrosia.
bend over and
Only
take
3
the
Uncle
needle, the thorn off of his boot,
Okay.
and then he'll just throw it in a subsequent garbage.
Okay. Yeah, you throw away the needle in your boot.
You toss it like basketball, but you're gonna miss, but a new one conjures and you make it anyway.
I'll give you $100 if you can miss this shot. You're on.
Yeah.
What? But yeah, that's the TLDR of your manor and your ambrosia.
I made a
Okay.
There you go.
poison-tipped thorn that I put on my boot because I was gonna kick Lord Ridgemont in his groin,
Right in the taint.
but he's
It's the weak spot.
he's
Right in the taint.
One little thorn just.
God.
that's where all the poison gets pulled in.
Never heard that.
whirlpool.
So, my question for you, the Tots, who have been gone now in the real world for well over a week and a half,
Weeks.
close to 2 weeks. Will you be staying the night in Wilhelm Manor, getting a feel for it?
I mean, where else are we gonna go? If we leave, are we back in the forest?
If you leave, you're back in the forest. If you leave at dawn,
Yeah.
you tell me where you are.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Okay, let's do that.
That's sick.
Yeah, we're gonna sleep.
I don't have Neek though. Neek's back at Ola.
I mean,
But we can go to
where's
Florida.
You have till
Where
the
is-
sun sets. Go, go.
You have a loophole. You have a PC. You have a portable PC.
He's not in a Pokeball, right? Or is he?
Yeah,
well,
He's
he was,
working.
he was
He's
working.
He's at the
Actively.
university.
Yes.
Wait, where's Crash?
But it's been 2 weeks. So I have a question for both of you.
Oh.
How long would Neek stay there and wait? And where's Crash?
Crash would be wherever CJ would presumably be.
Okay, so
He'd be like Dez. If Dez was like he was there, Crash would literally
he not in
be
here?
there. No,
So Crash has been throwing a temper tantrum, marching around outside.
that's fair.
Okay.
There's
2
probably no
weeks.
trees around anymore.
Yeah. He's just been
Is that what these
angrily...
logs are?
Probably.
Because I don't remember if he got... No, he got
Yeah,
slipped.
he was webbed
got
up.
slipped.
Yeah, he was webbed
Then,
up.
yeah,
like
he
that.
emerges from the top of the bench and goes... Ah! And just like body slams down towards you.
That's right. Oh.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Question answered. But how long would Neek wait before, like, asking around? Trying to figure things
it
out.
would probably be like within 24 hours. But my assumption, like thinking of like how he's like, hey, if I'm not back, like, you know, I trust you to, you know, use your noggin kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing Neek would
Yeah.
probably go to one of the professors and being like, hey, where is he?
Okay.
Like, help.
I will say, for the purposes of brevity and to make this as easy as possible, you hear another rap tap tap at the window, and it's Neek with some new toys. Ona and Pendleton. Pendleton, who is currently like sniffing a little snippet of like one of your shirts that you've been ripping off everywhere, going, I think they're over here somewhere. And Ona's got her goggles on, going, I see a door. And you see Neek holding what looks to be like a dowsing rod, but it's lighting up.
It's a D tracker.
And he has a little headset on, and he's got like a little goggle that folds over him. It looks like Ona's been helping him craft stuff.
Well, it's sweet.
Yo, what
And
a
he
G.
holds, and he's like dragging behind him just this big sack of metal components. And they're like,
Hi. Come in.
This is
Okay.
seriously the Too Many Cooks intro. Or just
Yeah.
like more and more.
hey! They come on in, and Neek just like gets the bag across the threshold, and then just runs over and hugs your leg.
Oh yeah, I'm squeezing probably a little too tight.
Oh yeah, he's like,
Ice pop out a little
Yeah.
yeah. As Ona just looks at all of you and then pauses way too long on you, CJ. Just goes, no more ghosts?
And at this point, I will realize, because I didn't fully understand that she was looking at only my hand, that I'm still in my tuxedo Speedo.
Yeah, she's like,
And
It's a tuxedo Speedo.
It's a tuxedo
Yeah.
Speedo.
God.
it's a
It looks
tuxedo.
like a clown tuxedo, but it's on my Speedo.
Yeah.
And
still
Mana's
don't
around
follow.
my neck, and that's the only thing that's on my person.
Yeah, she wasn't for a while.
She
That
wasn't, but then I got
part
her.
part of his big plan was I'm gonna wear a Speedo to dinner, and then he goes, and then I'm gonna have Mana make jelly, and I go, oh, you reach back and you're wearing a Speedo. She's not there. She's sleeping on your pillow in your room where you left her, and he's like, no, the whole plan fell apart. And I was like, it's because you chose to wear a clown
rough.
Speedo.
That's fantastic.
You can't have it both ways.
That's so
So
good.
then, yeah, I'll imagine I'm back in my own clothes and go, oh yeah, no more ghost
There you go.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, D's starting to freak out now at this point. He's like pulling at the suit, trying to get it off, and we'll
Yeah.
think of his clothes that
Yeah.
he's comfortable in.
As you're like, hello. Problem solved.
Now, but wait, are these manor conjured clothes so when he leaves he'll be naked and you need to go get your actual clothes?
No.
Okay.
Because the thing that he is envisioning already existed
Yeah.
I
and
see.
is in the manor.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's saying, where's my
I
actual
see.
stuff? And also, as you kind of look around, you realize you're standing in a foyer with no other doors other than the front door.
But
'cause
if
you haven't
CJ
envisioned
wears
anymore.
tuxedo Speedo out,
If he
then
wears
will be
Tuxedo
naked.
Speedo out, then
Yes.
everybody is going to
Tuxedo
end up on a
Speedo?
watch list.
I mean,
I'm gonna kind of just talk with Neek and being like, dude, what are all those?
He's just like, let me show you. And that little headset seems to be translating him in real time.
Sick.
Let me show you what I got. And it sounds like he's coming through like a squawk box. There's no tone, but he just goes, let me show you. And he drags the bag over and he goes, well, you've been gone for like a long time, and the only thing I could do to pass the time was like start working on stuff, and the last thing you left me with was Magikarp Armor, so here you go.
Carp Armor.
And is it like really like
He had time. This thing has like elemented filigree that looks like individual little scales. You can tell this man is like, this is Neek's way of coping with loss. He's like, I guess I'll just do the last thing he asked me to do until he comes back.
It's
He goes, I made this, and then Ona was really nice and taught me how to make a translator.
Oh.
Super cool, dude.
It's crazy.
Hi, Milo.
Hey, that's pretty
Hey.
cool that you got that working.
Right?
Yeah.
Wait, watch this. And he kind of like flicks the little goggle down, and it does this like big red overlay, and he's like, "You're looking good."
Thanks.
I'm gonna like be sitting there like thinking really hard to like make myself significantly bigger than Crash.
Okay, it doesn't work.
I'm just gonna keep doing it.
You just
To
sit
like
there.
look like I'm taking a shit after eating my lasagna and ice cream. Just like
Yeah, give me a
You're all
constitution
bottled
check.
up. From
Actually,
the
make
ice
it a-
cream
make it a
and
saving throw.
lasag.
Do you need a toilet, CJ?
Make it a con save.
probably.
Does
Oh,
CJ
boy.
eat like both at the same time, like just?
Oh yeah, they were on top of each other.
He put ice cream
Eventually,
on
the
the
ice
lasagna.
cream melted
Like
onto
a way
the
too big
lasagna.
spoon. Just
Gross.
Yeah.
That's a 6 or no, an 8. 8. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah,
I
you
could think of worse.
you
things.
pop a blood vessel in your eye, and it's really gross.
This was by choice.
It's just going.
It's pretty bad, but
And then a little little toot sneaks out.
It's not gonna.
As everyone's like,
It's not gonna work.
sharded in his.
It's not gonna work.
yeah, you're just like purple in the face,
Not gonna
and
work.
Crash is just looking at you like,
Not gonna work. I was trying to make myself bigger than you so that you would feel inadequate, and then I could wrestle you better. But it didn't work.
he just walks up and pushes over the top of your head, and there's a stool behind you, and you trip over it.
Says Crash
Jerk.
has a bigger poop.
You
and
jerk.
He walks right over the top of that and just
Just shits all over.
just
CJ.
establish dominance in every possible way.
Covers his entire body in diarrhea.
Oh, it's so gross.
Why?
No, I took it too far. That was our fault there. We did that.
It's aight.
All right.
Hey, CJ. There's something in this manor that I kind of want to show you.
What?
Man, it's kind of impossible to explain, so I feel like showing you might be easier, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, so...
Sick. Oh, this sounds like a fun game. What do we need to do to try and find it?
Well, just follow me and I'll try and see if I can retrace my steps.
Okay.
And I'll lead CJ out of the ballroom, presumably is where we're still
You are in
at.
the foyer.
Oh, okay.
In a foyer with still no extra doors.
Oh, snap.
So just in case it hasn't been made clear, you're not in Ridgemont Manor anymore. You're in Wilhelm Manor.
Well, I want to think where I put my stuff and try and, like, manifest
You go,
the room where my stuff was. Oh, and it just comes to me?
your stuff comes to you.
Okay.
The room is beyond your reach. You could make a new room,
Interesting. Okay.
but your stuff appears.
Could the
Because it was
new
yours.
room be a replica of the room he was in before?
In theory.
Well, now that I have my stuff, I want to try and do the same thing and think about the room with all the Pokeballs on the shelves.
Yeah, Phoebe, you get like a mental email. Hey, I'd like access to the records.
Okay.
New email.
That's
who
weird.
dis?
Yeah.
Yeah, you basically
weird.
you get like a pinged request.
Spam. Just every
Rejected.
email from
It's from
And
Bentley.
you just see Bentley going like this, and there's just dots over his head.
What an idiot.
He's a green diamond shimmering.
Mark
and you're
as
like, what?
junk.
He always sends those inappropriate forward emails.
But yeah, basically,
That'd be so annoying.
all jokes aside, you do get like a mental request of like, hey,
Okay.
I'd like to see the record room.
All right.
Yeah,
Sure.
a door appears.
Yes.
It's interesting. And I'll go over to the door and try and open it.
It swings wide. The record room looks substantially different than it did the last time you were in here. The only names that are in here are the names that you've looked up.
Oh.
AKA the good ones. What up?
Just Blackwater and Ridgemont.
Well, this is...
It's worth noting everything in here is spectral because you're bringing up a memory. You're not necessarily making something that doesn't exist yet,
Correct.
but you're remembering.
Okay.
But you can walk through a memory right now.
That's cool.
This is another thing you can do with the manor, is see something that you've seen before.
So this is it looks weird. Like it I don't know. It's like
I agree.
smaller.
This is weird.
All right, well, come with me, and then I'll walk him to the Jasper's file.
Oh yeah, it's enormous. CJ, for the first time, you see a long, sprawling display case that simply says Jasper's. And then underneath is a very obvious, almost like a sticker barcode that just says reclaimed. And that wall goes on and is lined with all manner of Pokeballs, each one emblazoned with a large R on the front.
Right.
So do you have any idea what this could mean, and like what reclaimed means? Like, was your family working with Lord Ridgemont, or was he like stealing their stolen Pokemon?
Dude, I don't know what's going on right now. You took me into this room that didn't exist, and now there's a bunch of Pokemon that have my last name on them.
Right. So catch up and try and
I don't know what any
decipher
of this
things
is.
with me.
Wait, I don't know where this came from.
I don't either.
But
But do you have any reason to think that Team Rocket would be working with Ridgemont? Because if Ridgemont was working with Team Rocket, now he has your disc, that's kind of not great.
dude, I have no idea who that guy is. No idea. Zero idea. Never seen him before. Don't know who he is. I don't know why this stuff is here. I don't know.
Can I look at the mass of Pokeballs in the file? And I kind of want to look specifically at the Pokeballs to see if there are any that have like the engravings of the one from Ratty.
Yeah, you're looking for names?
Not specifically for names, but like looking at the Pokeballs to anything that would insinuate that it belonged to a different trainer before it belonged to anyone in Team Rocket, basically, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's very apparent.
Okay.
All of those R's are after the fact. They are aftermarket R's.
Okay. Gotcha.
Whether or not that stands for Rocket or Reclaimed, you don't know.
Right, okay.
But that's what you see.
But they're red R's.
They are red unless the ball is red, then they are black.
Okay.
Basically, it's whatever color would be easiest for them to read.
Drew.
If that makes sense. Yes, sir.
Good question. So you said like all these Pokeballs, like you can't grab it, like they're
Correct.
just...
Your hand would pass clean
Okay.
through, but everything that these two have looked at in that room and have shared with each other, they can go back and look at again. But the point to get across is Wilhelm Manor is adjacent to Ridgemont Manor. They are separate entities. One thing cannot go to the other without him knowing,
Okay.
but you can borrow the room.
Yeah.
It's just not real.
Okay.
You can walk through it, but anything in there is not perfectly accessible.
Follow-up question.
Yes.
Would, let's say, because you said that at certain amount of days pass, we can access like the treasure thing,
Once every 3d6 days.
3d6 days, would this room be able to be accessible to grab something
It
from
is
here?
an item from the vault. So there's a very specific room in that manor
Okay.
known as the vault.
So like all my family does is take people's Pokemon, so I imagine that's all this is. I don't know why it's here. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to get at, is like, why would they be here in what used to be Ridgemont's Manor? Because this is different. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, it was a bigger room, like it had way more names, and it was like you kind of just had to think of a name and it would show up in front of you. It was really strange, but I thought to look in the J's because I kind of blanked and I couldn't really remember what your last name was. And then I saw Jasper's and I was like, oh yeah, that was it. And then I saw all of these Team Rocket Pokeballs. It's like, it's just strange.
How do you know that these things only exist here?
I mean, I guess I don't, but like, why are they
What if
here?
that's just a room that exists somewhere in like my house?
I mean, I guess it's possible.
Asking the real questions.
I mean, like, what? None of this exists right now, so
Yeah, but it did, is the thing. It was a room, and it doesn't really matter. I was just... It confused me, and it made me think that maybe Ridgemont was working with Team Rocket, which would not be good, but I guess I probably shouldn't think about it too hard. It's just gonna
dude, that guy
make me feel bad.
That guy turned the room into a banana.
He what?
If he was working with my family, I don't even know what that would mean.
He turned me into a banana.
Right.
What? Yeah. A banana. He's a banana.
I'm sure this is gonna happen 30 times on the session. I have another question.
Yeah. No, that's... Brace yourselves, everybody. I gave them Mordenkainen's magnificent manner. They're gonna have questions.
Yeah. So
It's fine.
if we can go back and look at things like memories wise,
Yeah.
are you limited to what you saw when
You
you
were
were
limited to
there?
what you saw when you were there.
Okay.
You could get a different perspective on things.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna like magically fill in a picture.
Correct.
If you saw like this half of somebody,
Yeah.
it's just gonna be like static behind that.
So
But you can go back
like
and look
in
at things.
theory, if I went to a library and just flipped through 30 books,
Then it would be what you'd have to do is similar to what D did. You'd have to make a perception check in your own memory,
okay.
and it works once. So if you bomb that roll,
Okay.
that's all you have. That being said, if you go to like Redwood and get some books
Yeah.
and bring them in,
No, I understand
You
that
can stay,
part. I'm just
but-
trying to understand the.
but yeah, you're not like a speed reader. You
no,
can't be like,
I know that, but if I went back to my memory and could like see the pages,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
yeah, it's a little bit noodly because it works like that, but it also is only up for that amount of time. If you do something like that, you're not like pausing the memory.
Yeah.
You're just going back through it.
So, and then could you go, let's say I had a conversation with somebody, and then after the fact, I was like, oh, I should have insight checked that. Can I relive that memory with the person and then,
Technically, also no.
Okay.
Because it's from your memory, it'll be a little bit warped.
okay.
So you might like, per prime example, you go back to your fight with Toby.
Yeah.
It might be different than it was.
Okay.
Because you're remembering it differently.
Definitely. Sure. Okay.
Because you have a view of who Toby is, and Toby is someone that's not that.
okay.
Where your view of him is he was cruel,
Yeah.
but also like he felt superior to you. Where
Yeah.
real Toby
Yeah.
is like, how is my younger brother cooler than me?
Yeah.
He's having a crisis of
Yeah.
conscience.
Last question I have right
Yeah.
now. I know we can't conjure life, but is there like a version of life in the memory? I.e., let's say I did a gym battle and lost. Could I replay that memory and like kind of?
Could you use it as like a training simulator? Yes.
Okay.
That's what I was going to ask. I was just going to ask, could you summon any Pokemon that could fight against your Pokemon for training, but then it just doesn't exist anymore?
That no,
Okay.
but
It
you
has to-
could
has to be
like
a memory.
you could walk them through and basically spend like part of your rest rather than being on watch. You could spend like 2 hours with Biohazard fighting Steelix, and be like, okay, like this is I think where we could do better. Like here's your technique, and they can get a little bit of like battle insight there.
So it's like they're fighting a hologram.
Pretty much, yeah.
They wouldn't actually take any damage, but you could use
Correct.
like movements. And,
Yeah. That being said, if you guys wanted to scrap in here, you can do that as well. That's a thing you can do. You can make just like a big sandpit arena and fight.
Will we get hurt?
Oh yeah, you guys can hurt each other, no problem. If you get
Who
shot
wants
in
to fight
here,
with
it
a
still
weapon?
I
hurts.
mean, it'd be sick as fuck.
Speaking of getting shot,
I would definitely be like,
Up
you're dead.
I was just joking with Tia a minute ago.
and the
Just to see.
like,
Yeah.
she's like, we gotta test the
arm to
same
the teeth,
project.
baby.
No!
See if it works.
You just stab Phoebe, and then
doesn't
you're all
work,
trapped in this pocket dimension forever because she had the key and then died. And you're like,
We picked the wrong person for this.
oh no, let us out.
This is a
No!
mistake.
You're all stuck in here with me. But yes, within what I'm gonna say is like within reason, you can conjure things into the manor.
Okay.
Okay.
I was thinking too, like a gym, or like if hypothetically we knew like we were about to come across like Kaz again or
Yeah.
the mime again, we could recall our fights.
Yep.
And-
You can
Okay.
do that and basically gain like some battle master techniques
Yeah.
effectively.
Okay.
That is the thing you can do.
Cool.
That was one of the things that Lord Ridgemont was like, what if they did this? And I'm like, that's legal. He's like, that's awesome. So, yes, you have his seal of approval to make effectively like a war room.
That's it for now.
Store your notes on stuff and do that.
See you guys in
Be
20
back in
minutes.
4 minutes.
Further question.
I have stuff that I want to do already. I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
Do I know what the terminology reclaimed means just from
Make a
history.
history check. Make a history check.
While he's doing
He is
this,
so
I'll
smart.
find
He pays
CJ.
attention.
with
Okay.
my sister's history
Yeah.
ability, which is
He's-
15 plus 15.
Oh my goodness.
It's 30.
Yeah, CJ is probably in the only other room in the manor right now.
Figures much, yeah.
You saw him go in there. He hasn't come back
No.
out. So
No.
you're like, unless he died in there.
Yeah.
How'd you do?
The 5.
5. Yeah, you've never heard reclaimed in a family sense. That's not a term that your family would probably use. At
You're
least not with you.
familiar with the word claim. This has 2 letters in front.
Yeah, it's a whole
Completely
thing.
different
Your nose
thing.
starts bleeding because you're thinking too hard.
Well, that's a thing now.
And you black out.
All right,
Ah,
I'll lead CJ out of this weird sort of kind of room, but
Okay.
not really room.
So worth noting, as soon as you walk out of one of these like spectral memory rooms, the door goes away.
Okay.
You can bring it back, but just for your own mental map of this, and I will have you guys start drawing out a map as you set rooms in stone,
Interesting.
Okay.
so that you know what is where and what you're keeping in there. Because
kitchen.
you're basically living in like a bag of
Played
holding.
all 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what was Bentley's recollection of the missing Chimchar?
What is Bentley's recollection of
And
the
then you
missing
guys
Chimchar?
share this one.
Do you want me to roll for it?
No, that's me
literally
saying like what,
Like,
I need context for your question.
I'm assuming it was like that there
It's
was a
a-
trainer who was like, I lost my Chimchar.
It was a young girl.
Okay.
Who it's not her Pokemon, but it's like a frequent face in the town. And and no one had seen it for several days. So she had
Gotcha.
started putting up posters. Have you seen me? Missing
Okay.
Chimchar. Please let us know if you find it.
So
So it's
I
nobody's
wanna-
Pokemon, but in all ways but name, it belongs to somebody.
So I guess I'll ask Mortar if they like brought Chimchar back to Fola and the people stopped worrying in those 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'll do a retcon because I think I said Chimchar's there.
Yeah,
but
You did.
yeah, it would be reasonable that if they were to leave the forest, then I just could be like, sorry, little monkey, hope you don't die.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm
That makes
assuming
sense.
like
Yeah.
I was just curious, like if Chimchar was someone's Pokemon and went back to the town, and then he comes out to the manor.
I will retcon myself because I spoke too quickly. Yes, I will say it would make sense that he's not with them.
Okay, fair,
And Large Duck is now hometown hero.
fair.
I found the chimp.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I would have felt bad if it's like it's somebody's
Yes.
Pokemon and we found it, and
Yeah.
then now it's like still like no, you're supposed
No,
to go
no.
back to your trainer.
No, that is me thinking too quickly.
Okay, no worries.
All good. But there you go.
CJ, here's your gun. I pull it out of my waistband. Your knife
Well-
and your brass knuckles.
All right. So
Yeah.
that's where all that went.
D like armed up and was ready for prison break, and then it just didn't
It
quite
was.
go.
Well, thank
planned.
goodness. I was worried that the parents had caught up with me and that Fusil guy decided to be a responsible adult and took my weapons. But
Oh, no.
nice to find out that my friend had let's go. Got my weapons back. And then I'm gonna summon like a really big sword. And immediately,
Make a strength check.
immediately,
Yeah, make a strength check, because
and immediately drop it.
For CJ, I think a really big sword is like Cloud's Buster sword. It just falls through. It
Yep.
slams into the ground.
Yep.
This thing weighs like well over. It's probably like 30 pounds heavier than you. You're not budging this thing.
All right. That's pretty cool.
If you were to swing this, your arms would fly off. Like, there's no way. Just that.
So, mentally, does Bentley know that he's in Wilhelm Manor?
That's a good question.
There's
Phoebe.
photos of me everywhere.
Yeah, all over the walls. There's just candid photos
You
of
just
Phoebe.
have to deal with this. It's just my baby photos all over the place.
Yeah.
Love it.
So yeah, Phoebe, if you want it to be, that's how the manor looks. Every square inch that isn't a door is just a framed photo of Phoebe.
Because it was described to us as you're now in Wilhelm Manor, but I don't know if that's something that Bentley would know.
There's a notable shift in the atmosphere.
Yeah, like I know that we had that, and
Yeah.
also like we're now in the foyer of a different.
It's a
seeming
bit
manor
obvious in that
with no
Phoebe,
doors.
unless you've put it away, you're
Yeah.
holding an enormous pearlescent key
Okay.
that is in a similar way to the tombstone bound to you, but you can like put it places.
Oh.
But if
okay.
it's ever missing, you snap your fingers and it's back.
Okay.
So
Oh.
that's my way of saying nobody can steal this from you either,
Okay.
because it was given to you. You have inherited this ward of the manor
Good.
This is
Phoebe's a warlock.
at
Very
the
weird.
specific request of Lord Ridgemont.
Yeah.
He goes,
Phoebe's a
I want
warlock.
Phoebe to have the
There's
key.
a
She's the only one that has a key. Okay.
I'm gonna
Done.
summon the fluffiest piece of cake that has just decadent whipped icing on it,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna
CJ's gonna be
throw it at
sick.
Bentley's head.
Oh.
Make
All
a
right.
dexterity check and make a dexterity saving throw, Bentley. You can do it. I'm gonna.
14.
17.
All right. As this massive fluffy cake is flying towards you, you turn your head to the side just in time to get like a big old cake to the face.
I'm gonna manifest a cupcake
Let's
with
fucking
like
go.
A lead ball in it. And a lacrosse stick, and I'm really just gonna wing it.
just a really dense cupcake with like way too much frosting to cupcake ratio,
Okay.
and then I'll just turn around and whip it at CJ.
All right, give me a dexterity check. CJ, I'm gonna say that you're laughing too hard. You don't see this
I want to
coming.
try to catch it in my mouth.
It's a 13.
A 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. You don't catch it in your mouth, but you look up just in time for it to hit you right in the face.
Ah!
A big old dense cupcake.
Let's go.
Tots finally have a moment to breathe. But it's around this time that the front door to the manor, Phoebe, you hear a and the windows outside no longer look into spooky, creepy forest land,
Yeah.
and instead are whatever you imagine would be outside.
Oh.
You can't go there,
Um.
but if you want to like set the mood, you're like, oh yeah, we're on the beach, and like
Okay.
ocean waves are rolling in.
Yeah.
Or if you want to be in like a spring glade with a bunch of flowers and like deerling hopping around, that's what you see.
Oh, make it good, Tia.
It's just photos of me.
Inside and outside.
You look
the
outside
building.
and it's the Teletubby baby, but instead of the Teletubby baby, it's me. And you go every 2 minutes all night.
God. Just make this place a
will never
living
go
hell for everybody.
You know what? I'll sleep in the spider webs. I don't care.
Yeah.
Never again.
But yeah, whatever. You don't have to decide now. You can decide. It can change as you see fit. So
Okay.
as the mood strikes you,
All right.
you can do mood lighting right now if you want to. It's
It'll
just a solid
be-
color.
It'll be like home,
Okay.
Blue Finland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like ice flows, or are we talking like beautiful
The sun
greenery?
doesn't
And...
set.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Like the
smells
greenery.
like cows.
There's
Yeah.
2 suns.
Okay. Yeah, you guys have a lovely blue finish landscape outside.
Sick.
And then you're
It's-
like a little bit heartbroken that you can't like go play in it, but
It's at this
Yeah.
point that I'm gonna switch back into my tuxedo speedo and jump on Bentley.
Oh no.
all right, wild boy in a speedo leaps towards you.
Can, after he jumps on me, can Mortar grab CJ by the tuxedo speedo and give him just a huge wedgie while he lifts him up off me?
Give me two things.
Yeah.
Dexterity check for an attack. Basically, attempt to grapple Bentley, and then
Grit.
okay, and then Mortar
God.
attempt to grapple CJ from
Yeah.
there.
18.
18. CJ, what's your strength modifier?
+1.
+1. Okay, 21 beats 18. As Mortar goes to hoist you, you don't let go, and you get just the worst like atomic wedgie. As you lift Bentley off the ground with you, tears streaking down your face. You're like,
The most
my God.
absurd scene playing out in
Yeah.
the foyer
yeah.
of Wilhelm Manor. We're
Ona-
christening the manor as only the Tots
Yeah,
can.
Ona is now hanging from like a pull-up bar on the roof, just eating bananas, just watching this. Like, you guys are ridiculous.
Just summoning and eating bananas.
Pendleton is over in the corner. He's thinking really, really hard, and you can see like an end table is like starting to be there. He's like, I don't get it, man. I got no clue, dude. What the heck? I can't do. He's like, all right, I'm thinking if it's like kind of like a dark brown wood, and you can see it's like starting to take shape. He's like, nah, I don't like it. And it just disappears. He's like, I don't get it. I have no clue, man. I'll just eat my honey, dude. This is fine.
So good.
Well, we should make our rooms.
And you said there's a PC in here that functions.
You have
No,
a
we
portable
have it
PC.
with us.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
the
will
one
say
that
you
you
had
won't
time
use.
before the door went away.
and
You could do it.
Okay, but once that closes, the PC does not operate.
You
even
guys are no
handheld.
longer.
Yes.
You technically don't exist for
So
like
no.
12 hours.
No, it does not.
So the PC would have functioned if you want to say
Correct.
in that time.
Yes.
Yes. Otherwise, whoever you have right now is who you have for the night.
Okay.
It's fine with me.
And it's a bit curious because for the lot of you, anytime you want something to appear, you have to like really think about it. But most of your Pokemon seem very well versed. It's just instinct. So you get you're starting to get the feeling that like if you think about something too much, the manner struggles to know what you want. But if it's like a base need, like food, it's there.
Okay.
But if you're like, I want this door and it's gonna like look like this, it takes you a lot of willpower to make it happen. Unless you're really sure about what you want.
Can I?
But if you're like, I want a fluffy cupcake, it's there.
If
because
I
that's what you
step outside the door and want to put some
The
of my
door-
team members in here,
Does not open.
Yeah, it's past.
Because you heard that sound of the
I'm asking a question.
Okay. Okay, above table meta question.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you
I'm
walk
saying
outside-
if I walked outside and then said I wanted to put some of my team in here,
Yeah.
that's not the team that I have with me.
Correct.
Okay.
So you could leave like Pontiki, Arjan, Ruby,
Right, but then
Monty,
we could
whatever,
all
and you
be
could
out
bring
in this
four
building.
different ones out. If you're in the manor and you let your whole squads out, everybody,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay.
But you can only bring 4 out with you unless you put them back. So basically, if you call back 4 Pokemon and you try to call back a 5th, somebody's going to the PC. So if you have 9 Pokemon, you can bring 4 out with you. And if
Okay.
you leave those 5, these are the 4 you have, and these 5 are hanging out in the manor.
Right.
Until the
So we
next
could
night.
have them all out in here, and then you just would have to say, like, I'm putting them all back in the PC before we leave.
Yes.
Yep. And if that's a thing that you want to say,
You
like,
have 9 guns,
Right.
but only 4 holsters.
Right. Exactly.
You gotta choose
I just
those
didn't
guns.
know if it was like I can only bring 4 in here at a time
No,
sort
you
of
could-
situation. I don't know if we can have them all in
you
here.
could
at
if you
all
really
time.
wanted to, because things went really quickly and it's your first night in the manor. You can just have brought everybody out through that portable PC, and they can all be with you.
But that's-
And you can just say like it's our nightly ritual before we leave in the morning.
that we
I
them
put
all
everybody
back.
away and I choose my team.
Yeah.
If you want access to them, if you want them out and about, just all you got to do is specify.
I mean,
And say,
if-
I'm gonna leave
that's-
this person in here to do this thing.
That was going to be the next thing. I was going to say that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
because that's available.
because we did a bit of rushing, so I'm gonna say you had an hour to react and you would have known what was coming
Okay.
as
I be
part of
allowed
the
to do
nature
that?
of this door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
I would want to do
I'll
that.
do that as well.
I would imagine everyone is doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
why
gonna-
not?
we're gonna
You
be
can-
a little
you can have your whole
hand-wavy
squad
and
with you for the
loosey-goosey.
first time ever.
Everyone but Slurp. You have to stay up.
Yeah, Slurp just sit in the PC. He's like, all right, whatever, cool.
I don't want to be out there anyway. I bet you probably have no fun out there. I'll be in here having
Zero fun.
I'll be in here having 2 fun and 0 times.
Drew,
Yes.
to add more depressingness to everything for
Yeah.
D,
Yeah, why not?
Oh yeah.
D's gonna he's gonna be sitting like off to like the wall, kind of have like mute, kind of like holding him like this, like facing outwards.
Yeah.
And if possible, D is going to try to, conjure an image of that creature, kind of jabbing into his mom along with the mime, kind of like looking in for kind of like everybody to see. And and it's literally the same thing over and over again, like the cut, the fall, her looking, seeing it all happen, the mime laughing, the whole thing.
Okay. Yeah, it's graphic and brutal, and it kind of comes out of nowhere. It catches the 4 of you off
Does
guard.
it just pop up?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god! What is that thing?
Yeah, I would
Oh,
imagine
fake.
it's probably playing silently just on the wall,
Oh, okay.
like a movie projector.
Gotcha. What is that? What is this?
It's the last thing my mom saw.
This looks like where we were. Where
Yeah.
Crash went.
Yeah, it does.
D, I'm so sorry.
And you all hear that same horrible, pre-recorded mime laughter that you've heard in your heads and other places
We can turn that off.
so many times.
Bentley's gonna shiver and Mortar's just gonna fire up his arm.
Oh yeah, Mortar's
instinctually.
like, where are we going? Where is he? All right, kill him. Big angry duck.
After she died, she was left in the woods over the wall for a week before anybody even found her.
Jesus.
Go pat him on the back. Sorry, dude.
I'll sit next to D also and just give Mute a pat on the head and just sit next to D, try and make him feel better.
Full family Tots hug. Every Pokemon and person all huddle around D and give him a big hug.
Like Travis Scott concert over here.
You just hear as all these little Pokemon feats that haven't been out in so long. Just a big dog pile.
Love it.
And bird pile.
Yeah.
And duck pile.
Eggs.
With one notable exception. Ruby does not join. Ruby
Why?
instead opens a door that has a handle at perfect height for her, but is a full-size door, and walks through. Nobody notices, because your passive perceptions are lower than Ruby's stealth check.
Can I request that the door is actually her size and that we have to crawl into
in
it?
my head, the door is her sized in a full-size door, so she just opens her segment.
That's like
It's like a
pediatric dentist's office.
Yeah, it's like a doggy door, but like she can open it and
Yeah.
go in without disturbing everyone. But yeah, she will have disappeared somewhere in that scuffle.
Interesting.
It's perfectly.
Question, dude, just for recon for
Yeah.
I guess character and player knowledge. That anchor symbol that I saw on the lapel
Oh yeah.
was the one that I scratched off on the back of the iPad
Yep.
thing. Okay.
Yep.
Just different colors.
Okay.
The little pin
Was
was
bronze.
very nice brass, like super polished. It seems like he took a lot of care and pride in it.
Mm-hmm.
But also, for a point of note, you've never seen your dad that happy. Like, that is a different person in that vision.
Okay.
That is not the dude who raised you.
Yeah. In that, I'll like kind of coming out of the dog pile, wiping off like happy and sad tears of everything,
Oh, yeah.
and I'll throw up the image of my father up on the screen with like that same symbol on his chest or on the lapel.
Yeah, he's in this vision. He's probably in like his late 20s. He's perfectly clean shaven. He's got a very like square military like jaw, for lack of a better word. And his hair is like perfectly combed to the side. It's very short. It's like a dark brown. Doesn't match D's bright red. He gets that from his mom. He's just shy of 6 feet tall, but he's built. He's a little bit on like the thinner side, but he's cut. And he's wearing a suit in this particular visage.
This is somebody that you ran into.
Not with those prior history checks. Unfortunately, no.
guys.
You had one job. One job.
Do you know who it is?
Actually, no. That's not fair.
Because that was the
No,
ship
I'm
name.
gonna stick with it.
Oh, I thought it was the ship name.
I thought I was going off the ship name. Yeah.
Yeah, the ship name from there. Yeah, I'll say the four of you.
Yeah.
Make a history check, but the DC is quite high
Okay.
because you didn't see most people's faces.
Yeah.
All four of us combined get a number? That's not
Nice
I
try.
don't like that game.
13.
18.
That's a D12.
Oh.
To you.
Yay!
That's okay. You can try again because you got a 1 on a 12.
10.
18 from Mr. Woods.
Aye aye.
18 from Mr. Woods. If you add like 16 or so years, a little bit of scruff and a motorcycle helmet and a electrified police baton.
Motorcycle helmet.
What?
From a distance on a dark highway.
Yes, from a distance of 300 meters
From a
in low
distance
light.
in a motorcycle
He is
helmet.
nearly
In a
indistinguishable.
motorcycle helmet.
Got the
but-
same height, and that anchor symbol looks.
No, what I'm getting at
Pack
is
jacket, no
you didn't
definition.
see anybody's faces other than the 2 detectives that help you break out.
Right.
Correct.
That's it. Everybody else had some degree of face covering.
Clearly, the symbol is the same thing, though.
Oh yeah. Oh, the symbol.
Because I feel like we've
rings
seen
true.
other anchors that are
Yeah.
acceptable.
You've seen like a traditional naval anchor, but the privateer anchor is like barbed.
I mean, I know the logo.
Yeah, that guy's clearly a privateer.
Yeah, it's got to be the privateers, right?
Yeah. That's what that is.
Why do you ask, D?
That's my dad.
Your dad is one of the privateers?
Apparently,
All right.
as you guys heard, he's docked down in
You two over here.
Evil family check. I'm going to give D a high five.
Oh my god.
Evil family check.
Yeah, dude. To like amuse you because of the dog pile, he kind of just holds out his hand.
That is some extreme. Sleep is for the dead. Oh,
Dude,
so good.
I'm gonna slap
There
his
you
hand
go.
real hard so
Yeah.
it hurts me more than it hurts him.
Okay.
How do you
Yeah, it's
do
a
that?
super awkward
Yeah.
high
He's
five.
like limp, and I'm like, I'm gonna smack it so my hand hurts.
my hand just bounces off the ground.
Yeah, I did it.
Ah! I conjure a cast.
He's in
Then you
Colchester.
leave, and then the gas goes away. Oh crap!
Yeah. Ruby will push open the tiny door,
Hmm.
and the room that you're all in, that foyer, smells very strongly of cinnamon.
Ooh.
Cinnamon.
And
like
to
cinnamon.
Pontiki,
Cinnamon.
subtle notes of banana.
Oh.
But it's Ona. It's Ona eating a banana.
Oh.
She drops one down to it. As
You already
Pontiki
ate
goes
your
to catch it, but it's too
lasagna
big,
ice
and it's
I'm
just
gonna
like.
fucking eat so
Oh my
many
God.
buns.
And as you have this smell kind of come wafting, and it smells like fresh baked cinnamon rolls.
Yes.
And she's like, dinner time! And just like clangs a pot 2 times. She's like, sorry to disrupt this massive dog pile. Had I known, I would have prepared more. And more appear behind her.
Oh.
And she's like, I have been busy.
Cooking is easy.
Yeah. Boom!
I'm gonna run over to her and pick her up and imagine some fancy music, and we're gonna start dancing.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever CJ thinks is fancy music.
Yeah, what is
As long as it is Phoebe approved.
Just the opera.
Papa Roach, last resort.
Yep. This is my last resort.
God.
done on a harp.
Send a bunch of
Done on a harp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or any Limp
that
Bizkit
sounds-
song
Yeah.
played by like an orchestra.
Oh.
It's like
No,
his,
just one
his
harpist.
kid's bop version. Like, I did it all for the cookie.
Yes.
He's like, for the cookies.
What have I done?
So stupid.
What have I done?
You've opened the door to all of our stupidity.
To the manor.
Yeah.
True.
And you can't say no to it.
I made a mistake.
Limp Bizkit by orchestra is not a person.
Drew's
not
just
a
like,
living
hey everyone,
being."
welcome to session 93. Just like completely starts.
All right, we started over
sorry.
and get kicked out of the manor and you're in the forest.
This is session 93. I'm really sorry.
And nothing changes. But yeah, there's food.
Bentley will
Food is
put
prepared.
an arm around D and try and like pull him over towards where the sticky bun cinnamon rolls are,
Oh yeah.
Buns.
because something will help.
Oh yeah.
His terrible, terrible memory is a delicious cinnamon roll.
Nothing like eating your feelings.
Yes.
Fair. That is very fair. But yeah, deal eat, and as long as we can make it. Never mind. Yeah, everyone's gonna eat a cinnamon roll.
Oh yeah.
The whole squad.
Oh, there's enough.
I'm gonna eat a lot more than one.
Yeah.
CJ will be sick tonight.
Yeah.
CJ will be sick every night.
I was gonna say.
Anytime that I can go in here, I'm gonna be sick.
Bring him in until
That's the goal. That's the goal.
If I can move at the end of the meal, I'm not done.
If
I go in
Phoebe
here, I'm
says
gonna be
feel free,
sick.
I'm going to get sick every single
Every
night.
night you
Every
wake up, you
single
have to
night.
roll d6, how many pounds you gain.
Yep.
You just-
Yep.
He's a growing boy in many ways on every axis.
Chubby boy.
Imagine any dog in this manner.
God.
Just,
Oh,
I'm hungry. Food. Oh,
good.
all right.
Dead.
Quickly learn. All they have to
Quickly
do
dead.
is
Yeah.
think of food.
Howl, growl, fang, bark, all the puppies are just, there's just a row of bowls of just whatever they want to eat.
pigs at a trough.
It's everywhere.
Sick.
wish I
Neek dreams small but reasonable. He gets like a little veggie platter, and he's just like, "This is awesome! Wow!"
I'll just be
Eat up, buddy.
chatting with D about D and Neek about the Magikarp armor, and have Magikarp with me.
Yeah. Dragon immediately envisions a bowl large enough to hold it and stops flailing, and it's just.
Sick.
It's the first time he's seemed happy.
He's smarter than he looks.
It's fish behavior, bro.
Yeah, but he manifested a fishbowl. That's smart. Good work, Dragon.
Carp!
Yeah, survival ability. Good for you, bud. Stupid.
Oh my god.
Oh, he rolls a natural one to slap you in the face with his tail. As he flails himself out of the bowl, he knocks it over and it shatters on the floor. And he's like, "Carp, carp,
Killing it, bro.
And as he flails off the table, he lands in a larger bowl.
Great.
Yeah, I'm literally just gonna not acknowledge that at all. Just look at you and shove an entire cinnamon roll in my mouth.
You're like, really?
Yeah, I was right.
Oh boy.
Oh, I think we should probably just go to bed. I'm tired. Very tired.
You know what? I'm actually not tired for the first time in a long time.
We've eaten a lot of sugar in the last 5 minutes.
And I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, CJ, it's worth noting, food tastes amazing to you right now.
Oh, it's so good. Everything about it is good.
And it's,
Taste of it, the smell
and
of
it's
it,
not
the
just
texture.
it's not just that it's like magically created to be pleasing for you. It's the fact that like your taste buds feel more alive than ever.
Interesting.
I still love food.
So, is it actually like nourishing us though?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you feel full.
It's doing far
good
more
quest.
than that to me.
CJ has like a
It's
full-on
nourishing
sugar
me.
rush. But yeah. Yeah, the food that can be prepared in the manner,
Yeah.
you don't need ingredients for.
Okay.
It provides sustenance for you.
Okay.
You basically have access to Lord Ridgemont's endless kitchen
Okay.
of actual food, not the rotted stuff,
Yeah.
of actual food, because you're no longer in the enchanted ballroom
Right. Right.
that makes you literally just dance until you spill your beans.
Okay.
In every sense of the phrase.
So good. So good.
Baby, can I get a room?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's in Dee's room? For now, at first.
Yeah, at first it's probably gonna be just a generic like bed in a corner. He's got he'd like a bookshelf and stuff like that. Workbench and desk for like papers and like drawings and stuff like that, and then like his tools that he has there. But yeah, and it's kind of got like that weird, like the best way to describe it, because he's in a really weird state, I guess, of mind. It's
Yeah.
like those like super long like hanging lights that you'd see like in a classroom.
Okay.
That kind of like dangle down, but they're like elongated, but it's like flickering constantly
Okay.
right now.
Yeah.
Nice and cozy.
Yeah.
Not creepy at all.
Nope.
Yeah, nothing
that.
spooky here. Yeah. Yeah, all of your respective teammates kind of make their way in and they're like, "Oh, cool." And little like terrariums and little like cave spaces start to appear and
Perfect.
except for Fang, who jumps immediately on your pillow.
That's fair. He can sit there.
Digs around for a second, flips your pillow off the bed, and then barks at you to pick it back up. And he's like, "I messed up. I made a mistake, Father. Father." And then another pillow appears behind him and he's like,
Enough pillows.
"Yeah!" And he just jumps into the mound of pillows on the floor and nestles in for the night.
Yeah, and I'll just say before closing the door and like going into the room, see you guys in the morning.
Good night.
Let's know if you need. Okay.
Okay. I'll from like the underneath the crack. Okay.
Yeah. You hear the less than subtle sounds of like Kingpin kind of scuffing on the floor, being like, "What do I do here?" And they're just collapsing into a pile of hay. And he's like, "This is great. Oh yeah." And you just hear like Nidorino horns just scraping on the floor. He's like, "Oh, this is amazing. We should have got a manor years ago." Even
Yeah,
though he's
for
known you
real.
for like 2 months. Counting the 2 weeks that he wasn't there.
And D is actually, he will forfeit his long rest.
Okay.
And will begin working on the his version of a Pokeball, finishing up because I got the design and stuff down, but actually putting everything together.
Yeah.
But now knowing that he can use the space almost infinitely, is going to, instead of using the steel scraps, is going to imagine some steel scraps and begin practicing and working on that all night long.
It do make perfect. Okay. As a result of that, you have guidance on your next attempt to make a Pokeball with real materials.
Perfect.
And then we are going to do a Constitution save for exhaustion.
Let's fail. 16.
16 works. Yeah, you're tired,
Mhm.
but what is time anymore? Time doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I was in here for weeks.
So yeah, you have guidance on your next attempt to make a Pokeball,
Okay.
either from scratch or a modification.
Perfect.
Bentley's gonna manifest his bedroom quarters, seeing that D already did that. And I imagine Bentley would just have like a massive, like Kevin McAllister in his parents' bed, which is like way too big for him. Like, yeah, this is great. And Rose and Drip would be like at the foot of it, like Rose like a dog, but like coiling up Drip. And then
I like it.
Evinrude and Nipsey would make like a cool looking like baobab tree in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
And Evinrude would be like in the branches, Nipsey in like a hollow at the bottom, just like
Oh yeah, it's
buried in dirt.
Nipsey backs into the hollow, and you can just see the tips of the claws and the glowing white eyes. And to Nipsey's delight, there's just viscera in front of it. As it's just little cubes of like bloodied meat just
oh, this is the best.
as you attempt to find sleep in a room where a devil crab is just slurping meat chunks. As Evinrude crawls a little higher up the tree
That would make sense.
and just goes, yeah, okay, great, cool. And then just like a glass pane below him. He's like, yeah, this is way better. I don't want you getting up here.
Yeah, and then there'd be like a mini aquarium for Klaus and Huntail and Dragon.
Okay. Yeah, Huntail makes himself a little rock cave in the bottom corner. He's like, I don't know you guys yet.
Klaus
apparently
would
I'm
just be
not
in a
supposed to
corner
eat
with like
you.
a wicker basket over his head. Like, this is perfect.
Yes.
This is what I want.
He can't see. It's just his mouth going.
Yeah. And Dragon would just have nothing. Would just swim.
Yeah. He just sits,
Yeah. Just sitting there.
unmoving. Okay.
And then I guess for Tallulah, Mortar, and Manny, they would make like a mini cave and just all kind of hang out in there.
Yeah, they all huddle in there and they all keep a very wary eye on where Nipsey's cave is.
Yeah, seriously.
They're
On
like-
like the exact opposite side of the room.
Do you see that cave over there, Manny?
Yeah. Dope.
You must never go there.
Oh, that.
Anything the light touches. What about over there? We must never go there. Okay. What's in CJ's
Oh
room?
boy.
It's the cave where he met Crash outside of
The
where-
Cave of
where-
Wonders.
where the homies live.
Okay. Yeah,
but,
all of your other teammates are like,
But CJ has like a really comfortable bed now
Just in the
instead
cave.
of sleeping on rocks.
okay.
But the bed looks like rocks.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. It looks like a boulder, but it's
Yeah,
like
but it's really, really comfortable.
it's like 700 thread count. You're
And
like,
then Crash is in there with me, and then whoever else wants to be in there with me is in there, or they have exactly what they want as their landscape.
yeah, they pretty much just they just terraform your cave, and you're like, whatever. It's not worth it. It's fine. Milo,
Yes.
what is your?
Is there are
Where's your
there,
sleeping
are there
space?
spatial restrictions?
No, not
Okay.
necessarily.
Cool. So
I can't. What I'm saying is
There's
I
an
can't envision a
airplane.
situation in which you would run out of space.
okay, let me pitch you my idea.
Sure.
Basically,
Space.
like Sandy Cheeks' dome, right?
Yeah.
With a mega tree in the middle.
Yeah.
But instead of like a dome, it's just like simulated stars.
Okay.
Because I want to know when it's daytime, right? Because I do a lot of stuff at like
Yeah.
sunrise. But there's lifts like we saw like Neek working on for the treetop inns for
Yeah.
my team members that are
To,
not
like,
flight
to
capable.
go up.
And then they all have rooms in the treehouse.
Mhm.
And everyone's got perches and all their stuff and what they want. And then there is a flight deck for birds to take off, land in, practice in, and a wingsuit for me.
Okay. I will allow it if Arjan runs the flight deck with two little...
Yeah.
Clear for takeoff. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Yeah, you can have a flight suit.
Okay, cool.
Sick.
Because you could imagine wind strong enough to fly with your team. So you can do...
Also, I can practice
drills.
tailwinds with my team members that have tailwinds, and it might be enough wind for me to do it.
I love it. I love that for you. That's
you.
amazing. Yeah, you can have that. And Giraffe can be at the base of the tree just eating grass.
Well, there's a lift big enough if it wants to come up.
Yeah,
if it
and-
doesn't want to, it doesn't have to.
I would
but
imagine...
it can.
I'm imagining Giraffe is very uncomfortable above the ground.
Okay.
It's just like...
Totally fine.
No, I'm good. I'm okay.
And there's an observation perch for
Okay.
those that want to watch.
Yeah.
Including a bucket of always hot towels for Wadsworth,
Oh, very nice.
so he can watch.
Okay. Yeah.
Always hot towels.
What about a little
It's
sauna?
Always hot. They
for him?
never
A little
cool down.
sauna?
Yeah, a little sauna for him.
Well, he can't see me as well.
What are you talking about?
That's the key, because the bin's always hot. The towels are always hot. It doesn't cool down. Then he can take in the views.
I'll allow it.
And
Yeah.
no bacteria grows in there.
Yeah. Bear in mind...
It's very important. Because
Yeah.
It's just a bucket of hot towels perpetually.
For some reason, in
they're
my
gonna get gross really fast.
in my room, I don't know why there's just an outbreak of salmonella. I know.
Yeah. The
I don't know what I
only...
did.
Yeah, the only limitation I'm going to have is between now and the next time that we play. I want you guys to write down, like, categorize all the stuff that's in your room for each of your Pokemon for when this room gets solidified.
Oh, it has to solidify. We can't just keep changing it.
Right now, it's nebulous, but as soon as you lock in the room, until you add a new teammate or decide to change something, like, you can change it.
Okay.
It's there, but I want to know, like, what is in there for your teams,
Sure.
so that we can know, like, what they're doing
Sure.
at any given time.
Like your health insurance, it can't change unless a life event happens. and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Can submit now.
But then that's a pre-existing condition because you were alive before,
Gotcha.
and this thing was always going to happen to you. So we don't cover acts of God. Sorry. So Phoebe,
How do I not pay Mark for this right now?
I think we just do.
Yeah.
Anyways, Phoebe, what's in Phoebe's quarters, and do you make any other rooms?
Not yet.
We were joking that she'd go, this is Nubster's room, William's room,
Yeah.
Chester's room, and you guys can share the last one. There's like 4 cots.
You get 4 cots in the foyer.
Yeah.
They're
You don't even
hammocks.
get a room.
A hammock with like a rusty nail in the wall. Yeah, don't swing too much. It will fall. And when it falls, and it'll be a chain reaction. You're all going down. So crash, sleep on the floor maybe, or with both eyes open. But what's in Phoebe's quarters?
It's going to be a bed.
Okay, it's a good start. I like it.
Thin.
I think
A
right
tatami
now
mat on the floor.
there'll be kind of that like bunk bed setup that
Okay.
for all the
So everyone can lay together and be buddies.
but it's kind of unlike picturing
Yeah,
the
The notes have gone out the window, Jill. She's throwing them out.
like the
A bunk bed setup.
a little bit, but it's like they could go into it and then it's whatever they want in there.
Okay. So
Like-
they climb into like their bunk, like
Yeah.
like those hotels that are just a pod.
Yeah,
But everybody
yeah.
climbs in and then it's
And they're
whatever they
not
want.
restricted to pod space.
But like they
Harry
okay.
Potter tents.
Yeah.
So they enter into whatever little space they want, and it's whatever's there.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the Gleeks are in a carton.
Dream
It's a little morbid.
Dream big.
Yeah, Chester's in a hot water heater that he is heating himself.
Just a tank. You just hear him. Ting, ting, ting.
But then he starts doing
You in
rapid
there?
spin practices. Just loud like bullet sounds all the time.
He's just in a banana.
Yeah, Nubster doesn't notice.
A banana hammock.
Yeah.
A literal banana
Yeah,
hammock.
Nubster doesn't notice this at all. He has no idea that you guys have special rooms. He just sits outside and waits for you to sleep. He's like, this is weird. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Pontiki sleeps in a hammock and just surrounded by bananas.
Yeah.
And she just eats them until she falls asleep.
Oh God.
Boysenberry, not needing to sleep, has a weight room. This is just
Yeah.
Get a pump in, bro.
Oh boy, he's gonna be beefcake.
follow-up question.
Yeah.
What workouts does Boysenberry do? This is me asking Tia. I don't
Workouts?
unless Phoebe tells Boysenberry to do something. I'm asking Tia.
What?
Does
Arms,
Boysenberry
legs, or
work out?
Head?
Gotta work on those quads. They take extra long to build up.
Oh,
those
like a
quads.
specific muscle group or exercise?
I'm saying
Neck,
which of
legs,
the
or
3
arms?
available directions does he work towards?
Oh.
If not given direction, does he
gotcha.
practice punches,
Kicking,
kicks, or
break
like
dancing.
core strength?
He's doing F1.
Yeah, that makes more sense than head. That
Yeah,
makes
I'm working
sense.
on my head balance, but like if you have your core strength, that's how he's able to be
Yeah,
like staying
okay.
in balance. It'd be like core strength and rhythm more than anything. It'd be closer to dancing than it would be to fighting. So
A little
What does
bit
he
of
work on?
capoeira.
Yeah.
Some Tai Chi.
He's big, he's strong, he's hot. Get in there.
Jiu-jitsu.
Ooh.
What does that relate to?
Spinning.
Oh, that's what you're going for?
I thought that was the knife that could cut a penny.
The Ginsu knife.
To be honest, that's what I heard. I don't know what you said.
Yeah, I don't know what
She
you
said
said.
she
either.
Just said jujitsu.
Oh, I heard Ginsu, and I was like,
Me too.
Kids.
he's sitting there
Ginsu
cutting
knife.
pennies in half. Like, look, wow, it's an infomercial.
Fushigi.
I was born to sell stuff. Like, all right, he's got a gift. So what can I say?
Really
Okay,
pivoted.
so he's in there doing jujitsu.
The
Yeah.
chamois.
And make that canon. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, then he does jujitsu into the night. William attempts to break into everyone else's space.
No.
See what they're
can't.
doing.
Successful in breaking into versions of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
Similar to the ninja cleffa that you guys encountered, William's paradise
Yeah.
is getting away with theft.
Oh
So
my
he just
God.
envisions difficult break-in scenarios. He goes,
Just doing Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
But now, when we go out into the real world,
Better at it.
He's gonna be so well trained.
yeah.
Speaking of which, give me a. It's been a long time. William, go ahead and throw a an intelligence check for me.
His sleight of hand is gonna be like a
Viv?
plus 32.
Yeah.
William's just gonna go on his own to Alluvia, break into the Team Rocket head.
I got it, guys. Don't worry.
It's like I've done this 30 times in the manner.
It's all in my head. It'll play out exact.
He's
Don't
our
worry
grease
about it.
man.
How do I go to?
In his dreams, they're already like,
Should be
do
a tab at the
do you need
bottom.
his
really
modifier?
easy,
Yeah.
and then he walks in the real life. He's like, this
I will
isn't
grab it
how
for
I
you.
remember
Go
it.
ahead and roll for now, and then I will. I
Should
will let
be
you
at
know
the
his
bottom
modifier.
tier. There should be
Yeah,
tabs down
tabs.
there.
Yeah. His
Do you have
intelligence. Oh dang, he's actually pretty good.
Get the check mark.
Oh.
Ah.
He has a
there you
+1.
go.
He has a +1, but it's honestly I was expecting like
Wait, what?
8, but he has a 12. So
Would you want me to roll for?
so just roll a d20 and add 1.
Oh.
After all that, how does he do?
13.
13? Okay. Yeah, William, like a seasoned pro. His bandit mask is like a little bit more official. His chef's hat has been
Chef?
replaced with like a perfect bandolier of different screwdrivers and lockpicks.
Oh God.
And he just goes,
Pickles.
"Here we go. We're gonna play this out, baby. We're gonna play this out. I need guard 1. Your name is Philip. Guard 2,
Steve.
Steve. Guard 3,
Oh.
Barnaby.
yeah.
Guard 4,
Reginald.
Reginald. Okay, remember your roles. William, your mission, should you choose to accept it,
Oh, okay.
is to steal
It's a compulsion.
the crown jewels
All right.
from the center of Wilhelm Vault.
Oh.
What is
As William envisions a massive tower in front of him, as you're trying to sleep, a huge bank tower appears.
Oh my God.
And in the middle, with spotlights and lasers and smoke and gas everywhere, is this massive diamond. And you just look out and you're like, what are you doing? You just see William. Give me a stealth check.
18.
18. Philip,
Yes.
perception.
10.
All right. Philip's a pushover.
I'm fired. I'm gonna lose my job.
You move past. While you're going, sleight of hand. You gotta steal the keys to the second floor.
Oh, nice.
Come on, William.
Sleight of hand.
Come on, William.
16.
Beautiful. You, without even a second thought,
We're actually playing this out.
you snake the keys. He hasn't been out in like 80 sessions, okay? I miss my sweet boy. We're doing this.
So good.
All right, you've bypassed Philip. Next floor, Steve. Steve runs the lasers. You're gonna have to deactivate him if you're gonna get in through the vents.
Deactivate the lasers! He's gonna use spray so he can see where they're at and
Okay.
then climb around them.
Give me an acrobatics check. Steve, it's been a long night at work. You're kind of dozing off in front of those monitors. Give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
That was
10.
10 on the die.
10 on the die. Tie goes to the runner because this is William's fantasy. He sprays, and Steve, you kind of rub your eyes and look at the screen for a sec, and William, you just...
Nice.
And you move forward. As you climb through, you see those vents. Give me a thieves' tools check. It's your dexterity plus 3. Come on, William.
Oh, baby.
All right.
22.
Barnaby, you're supposed to be monitoring for any suspicious activity in the building.
Oh,
Give me a perception check.
it's a 7.
Oh no!
What is Barnaby doing?
As you sidle up backwards and open up the vent just enough for you to sneak in, you tuck your tail inside as it, and you fold it shut behind you.
Incredible.
You pull out your tiny magnet gloves.
Yeah.
Give me a dexterity check on the way up.
Tiny magnet gloves.
10.
10's higher than 7. As you make your way to the top. Reginald,
Yes.
on duty, an armed guard. He's got a gun and he's on patrol.
Is the
I'm
Give me a
not
jewel?
perception
afraid
check.
to use it.
The crown jewel.
Is it
Yes,
deal?
I am a 6.
It's a massive diamond. It's gonna fit in your satchel that you brought up here just for this purpose, but you're gonna have to switch it out with the forgery that you made.
Oh, nice.
Come on, William. Give me a sleight of hand check.
There's a little Sableye with a gem thing, like making a fake diamond.
Yeah, we're gonna cut to that.
In
There's
the
a little
flashback,
Sableye, yeah.
A natural 20.
Oh, wow. Okay, and you got a 6?
A 6.
All right, Reginald, as you're kind of walking, you have a sneezing fit. You drop your gun and it almost goes off, and you're like, oh, jeez. So you go to pick it up. William, you use that time. You deftly dive through, pick up the diamond and replace it with the forgery. None the wiser. You walk over to the glass window and you remember your escape plan. A zip line out the hole that you're about to cut in the window. Give me a dexterity check. Come on, William. Come on.
We are terrible guards.
15.
All right, William, you silently pull out your glass cutter.
He's doing good.
Pops right out. You dive through the window, you grab onto your zip line, and you land right on Phoebe's pillow with a giant diamond. And you're like, look what I have procured. Phoebe, for you, it's like 3 a.m. As William arrives, and he just pretends to be asleep holding this big diamond.
Oh my god.
And you hear the distant sounds of an alarm going off.
We all failed because we're cardboard cutouts. Can't conjure life in there.
Exactly. Yep. But William doesn't know that.
They look
William,
real to him.
another heist successful.
I loved every bit of that.
Me
Incredible.
too. That was for me. Everyone at home going, why did that happen? I wanted it to happen, so it did. Does anybody else have anything they want to handle overnight?
Yeah.
I will in the morning.
Okay. You have something you want to do in the night, CJ?
Yeah, CJ will at first food coma and fall asleep, but then
Yeah.
like wake up.
Yeah.
Because he's got to poop.
Oh no.
Realizing that he already shit the rock bed.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh no.
Just kidding.
Nope, that's canon. You said
Nope, it
You said
happened.
it.
No, he'll like kind of like wake up and then start to wake up anybody who's near him.
Yeah. Wimpimble is sprawled out like a starfish at the foot of the stone bed. So you're kind of like sleeping at an angle and you're like, Dude, why? And as you go to roll over, Slurp is like right next to you, and you just boom, like right into him. You're like, guys,
What are we doing?
what's happening?
I'm gonna
And you
start.
see the silhouette of Bark at the foot of the bed, just staring at you with a big smile.
What are you doing?
And he jumps at you
Ah!
with a 2. He slips on the silk sheets on the stone bed, Boof. And lands right in front of you, and then just clambers up, and just starts batting you in the face.
What are you doing?
Bam, 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 bam.
Chill out. I'm gonna like push him back off the bed.
Okay. He tumbles off the bed, and he's like,
And while I'm staring at him, I'm gonna try to turn on my eyes, if that's a thing that I can do still.
yeah, you look real hard at him. Bark. Your dad's looking at you. That's weird. It's weird. Why is he looking at you like this? His eyes aren't glowing. But, Bark, what are you thinking about?
Probably. Hang on. Bark, Bite, and CJ.
Okay.
What do
Yeah,
you have
you-
to look up to get that?
And I was looking to see how stupid he is.
Oh, no, it's just surface thoughts. What's he thinking about in this moment?
Just
He really,
getting
really
back
wants
at
to bark,
CJ. Yeah,
and he
getting
wants to
back
bite you?
at CJ and being loud, but
Okay.
realizing that everybody's sleeping.
Yeah. CJ, you get those words.
Hey.
Bark, bite, CJ.
Oh.
But your eyes aren't glowing,
Okay.
and you're not fully, like, interpreting everything he's thinking, but you get his surface thoughts.
Okay. All right. We can work with that. And then I'm gonna roll over and use Slurp as the ball that he is rolled into and throw him at Bark.
As he's sleeping.
Yeah.
All right, give me an attack roll.
Yeah.
You're going to add CJ's dex.
Oh
boy.
DJ does not have any checks currently. It's a 5.
Okay. As you throw Slurp, he goes, and just kind of like unfurls midair. He's like, ah! You telegraphed your attack to Bark, and now the whole room's awake. And they're like, what are we doing? And they see Slurp go flying, and they're like, Dark Pile! And they all come attack you
There it is.
for fun.
All right.
They're not going for damage, but
Oh,
as Crash just like red, bleary-eyed, like, "Ah!" and scary faces. Everybody gets real quiet, and then Crash just rolls back over, goes to sleep, and he takes all the covers this time.
we'll probably do the same thing.
As everyone's like, we woke up.
All right. Sorry, dude.
Oh no! Oh jeez! Crash needs his beauty sleep. But your eyes no longer function, but there's some residual damage or gifts depending on how you look at it.
Okay.
Otherwise, if nobody else has anything to accomplish in the night, D.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Before Neek goes to sleep,
Yeah.
just kind of pull him aside and be like, hey buddy, so cool that I can talk to you now. It's kind of nice not having to have
I know,
Nilo
right?
interpret. Yeah, super
This
nice.
headset's super useful.
I know you don't like to be in a Pokeball. You like to be free. How have these last 2 weeks
It's
been?
been, well, I mean, terrifying because I didn't know where you guys were.
That's fair.
But otherwise very freeing, but I had a lot of time to think.
Why you guys stare at me like that?
That's just my eyes.
Okay.
Sorry.
What are you thinking about?
Well, the first couple days were where are you?
Okay.
And that didn't come back with anything. Then I figured I better just finish that thing that you wanted me to work on, because it was a good way to fill the time. And then after a couple days of that, I just decided to make it look better. And then after that, I decided that I would just talk with Ona for a while. She seems very nice, and she was. And then I figured after that, I should probably try to make something for myself. And then after that, I just thought, what you would make for me. And he just trails off.
Okay, buddy. Like I get. Okay. What I'm trying to get at is, if you want to, you can stay and live in here. You don't have to be in a ball, but keep in mind, I'm not going to be able to be here all the time with you.
Oh, okay.
But I will be around, and I'll be back in here every night if I can.
Oh,
But you
yeah.
have free range of the place as long as it's okay with Phoebe.
she seems nice. I bet if I ask her real nice.
Probably. I don't see why not. But I can.
In fact, get out!
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Phoebe doesn't want you in there, you don't get to be in there.
Gone.
So if you want, I can deactivate your Pokeball if you're comfortable with it, or if you want, we can keep you in a Pokeball, but I will leave it here with you. And if
I like that option.
And if something happens, you can kind of just tap it and go inside.
Because it's kind of symbolic of, like, my friendship with you.
You're gonna make me cry. Don't do that right now. I cried too much, and I just give him a hug.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah, and then in his little, because he has like a small mini tree that sticks out of the wall to where that he kind of like
Little
crawls
branch.
into.
Oh, yeah.
He
like
will imagine like a small like little floating shelf, and he'll just stick his ball right there.
Beautiful.
Oh.
With display lighting. And...
Yeah. Sure.
All right.
And that's it. And then D back
Okay.
to working
Great.
throughout the night.
Very good. Milo, your artificial sun rises.
Cool.
An artificial rooster. And all of your birds awaken.
Jeez. I would like to see if I can conjure up something similar to what Lord Ridgemont had and what we've seen before in one of those like little memory threads,
Okay.
but of Howl,
Okay.
to try to like give to him.
Okay. Milo. This similar deal to the question I've asked you before. I want you to roll in an Arcana check. You don't add anything to this. It's a straight D20.
3.
Okay.
Can I give him my inspiration?
No.
Not on this, I'll say.
Not on this.
Because it's not technically a real check.
Okay.
He's attempting magic in a magical place,
Okay.
but he's not magical in any way. He's a normal boy. He's a special
Plus, I'd be
boy.
concerned. It's like, oh, roll a d6. Oh, another 1. Now it's a 4. Yay.
Yeah, because the
boy.
whoopy boy, if you trade in the whoop whoop, it's a straight like advantage roll basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like if you roll with advantage and you still do terribly, you can get a third one. But for something like this, I would say it's a little bit.
I'm cursed
Yeah.
right now.
You do
He's a
create
special
the
boy.
thing,
Yeah.
But-
But it doesn't work
but like it's
the way I want it.
yeah, it's you make the item, but you don't actually know how he did it or what it is. But you just make the image of it. That's easy enough to do.
Okay.
But you're like, ha
And then my other last
And it
ditch
doesn't do
effort will be to conjure up one of the rebirth rune things that D broke over Fang.
Okay. Mr. Rooter,
Yeah.
give me a wisdom check.
11.
Okay. You create.
Can you put that in prison?
Oh! You create the visage of this rune
Yeah.
on a bone,
Uh-huh.
and it's in your hands.
Okay. I'll break it over Houndoom. He's probably still sleeping.
Okay. Houndoom,
Yeah.
give me a wisdom save. Actually, sorry, charisma.
13.
13. Okay. Milo, as you hear that same fizzing sound that the bone made the first time. You see a brilliant flash of light. Howl's still just sleeping.
Okay. Well, maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. I don't know. We fly.
Okay. Squirrel squad! Yeah! Okay. You go flying?
Mm-hmm.
Milo, just roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
Just roll it. You're not afraid to do this because of Nutri, but
oh, God, no, I'm not afraid to do that.
This is you're making a literal leap of faith.
Yes.
You are trusting in the power of the manor
Yes.
to let you fly.
Yes.
So throw
And
it.
If not, I'll hope for a net at the bottom to catch me.
Come on, buddy.
Gotta have faith to catch me.
9.
That's good. I wanted a low roll because the more you thought about this, the more it wasn't gonna work.
Oh.
But you went, yeah! And you feel the wind beneath your wingsuit
Beautiful.
as Monty and Atticus and Bullet all fly around you. You see Moonraker going like,
Sick.
bro, you gotta keep your arms perfectly rigid. Don't flap ever.
You could fly.
Never move your wings, no matter what. As Monty's like, that is completely untrue. That is not how birds work.
Yeah. I got the whole crew though, like Atticus, Fletchling,
The whole squad.
Moonraker.
They're all out with
Yeah.
you.
Cool. And we're gonna do
In the glass dome.
since it's day one, I just want to enjoy the simulation of flight.
Oh yeah, it's even though you're like, yeah, this is probably fake in some way. You're like, this
Yeah.
is fun.
Yeah, I'm sure
You
it
feel
feels
the
real.
wind over you, and
Yeah.
you feel like you're skydiving, but
Sick.
forward.
Cool.
It's a very unnerving sensation, but you're like, why can't this be all the time, man? But yeah, you have a grand time flying for as long as you so choose. Hello, Grover. Take a boy.
Sick witty.
But yeah, Mila, I'll say you arise about 2 hours before dawn. For the record, you guys have a 12-hour span of period of which you only have to sleep for 8 while you're in the manor.
Okay.
Because you have 12 hours in, 12 hours out.
Gotcha.
So it's a longer adventuring day, but you have more time to recuperate in between.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, I'll just do that and then just do my standard bird practices, but with everybody
Okay.
and trying to maintain flight myself as much as I can.
Yeah.
But once that starts to go, I'll just be up on the landing dock, giving orders, letting everyone train.
I respect it. It's beautiracious. Okay. Yeah. If anybody else has any morning time things they'd like to take care of, otherwise you all slowly come to consciousness.
I would say Bentley would just wake up like kind of early in the morning, but like not being restless, more just waking up like in the middle of the night, but feeling like he slept all night,
Okay.
and just seeing how unnerved Evinrude looks up in the tree above.
Your whole team is just
Yeah.
very much like they're asleep, but at the slightest sound of rustling, they're like,
Yeah.
and you just see Nipsey.
Okay.
That's so scary.
So I'll just gesture to Evinrude, and then behind my bed, I'll have like stairs leading down,
Okay.
and I'll just bring him down the stairs, and then behind my bed down the stairs, I'll just have a big, like, open battle training area
Sure.
with like a bunch of like rocks and different kind of landscapes, I guess, and
I
just
like it.
practice doing ancient power and various moves with Evinrude
Very
until everybody else starts to wake up.
Okay. Yeah, point of note, your guys' doors are only locked if you so choose them to be. Otherwise, you guys can pretty much come and go between each other's spaces as you so see fit, as long as you feel comfortable doing that.
D's is locked.
Do not come in here.
I'm naked.
I am working. Okay, understood.
Noted.
Yeah. Arjan will find his way down the tree lift, stroll into work in the kitchen. He meets Ruby for breakfast. They compare notes, and they begin the production of pancakes.
Breakfast.
So many pancakes.
I like to imagine that Arjan and Ruby, rather than just conjuring up,
Oh, they're
doing the work.
They're conjuring the ingredients, not the end product.
but like
They're like whipping them
kind of
up.
like, you know what, this would work really well with like a KitchenAid mixer, and then there it is.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, I've heard that the wheat from Falchester is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like the flour they get.
Yeah, they get literally like the devil's pick of the litter.
Yeah.
Like they're like, I want that and that and that
Premium.
and that and that, and it's there.
We shopped at Whole Foods without the cost.
And,
Pretty much.
Arjan, because we've studied this in the past,
Mm-hmm.
will have a flip chart cheat sheet.
Of everyone's palates.
Yes.
In the kitchen.
Whole Foods is the ceiling.
Yeah.
That's the cream of the crop
Yeah.
right there.
That's what they make you
Nothing
think.
better. Not even
better
like
than
fresh, homegrown Italian farming. Nope,
better
just
than
Whole
that.
Foods.
And you're just there with Taco Bell, like, amazing.
Oh
Just-
shit! These ingredients.
Yeah, we did cooking for like 4 hours, and then we just got Taco Bell.
Yeah, he went to Taco Bronzong, and it's just so good.
But yeah, he'll have his cheat sheet.
Okay.
Like everyone's flavor profiles and what they like. To
Oh yeah,
eat.
and Ruby's like, that is a great idea, and they start comparing notes. And Ruby just begins organizing all of her little recipes on a little recipe book on the counter.
That's so cute.
But all the counters in here, for the record, are like this side of the ground. They are Ruby and
Made
Arjan
for
height,
them.
and then the tables are normal sized, and there's like a little staircase that leads
Yeah.
up so they can place everybody's meals. That's what they're all about. Phoebe, as you
Best.
come to consciousness in a bed full of gems, you're like, you've got to be kidding me. William just has the biggest exhausted smile as he's sprawled out, just holding onto as many of them as he can, his tails
smiled.
wrapped around all of them. He's like, this is the greatest place.
You're ridiculous.
Ever.
I'm gonna like push a bunch of them off the bed.
He's like, what are you doing?
Get
We
up.
could be rich. He hasn't quite made the connection. He's like, look what I have found for us. We could retire here.
No. We can't take it out of here.
Why not? Prove it.
I will later.
Suddenly, there's a flashback of Tia talking with the villain in William's movie for the double cross.
And he goes, come on to you. I got a guy. He's a smuggler. We'll get it out of here. It's fine.
That's not how it works.
What if it did though?
He's like, I know a
William
guy.
is
It's
a smuggler out of.
Took us half a session to break it.
I
Yes,
know
is
a
the
guy.
smuggler.
It's fine. It's fine. He lives in Summerbury. It's a Cackney. He's into the shady stuff. Okay, he can get you out on the river. It's fine.
Drew.
Yes.
For the sake of just kind of just skipping over it, before we leave, before Devin forgets, Dee's gonna tell Neek to work on whatever he wants, but when he has a lot more downtime on hand, to perfect his Pokeball design, and he wants it to work similar to the Crash Ball.
Okay, so
But-
he can.
Yeah, so similar to the Crash Ball, to where it's tied to like that portable PC kind of thing, and then but still has like the design of like looking like branches and stuff are kind of coming off of it. So like the twig ball that we discussed.
Take that time to do those fine deets that he's
Yeah.
been getting into.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah, let him work on that while we're
very good.
out.
We're gonna do an intelligence roll for Neek, and I'll let him be helped by you
Okay.
in the inverse, and then also a sleight of hand check, which will just be basically his dexterity and his tools.
So he gets advantage on the intelligence, you said?
Yep, advantage
Okay.
or you can actually just let's keep it easy. Just take advantage. of it.
Not the whooper.
The whoopee boy of inspiration.
16 for the intelligence.
Very good. Okay.
Okay. And then you said sleight of hand?
Or dexterity. Basically, I'm saying like he's using his tools.
I mean, he's proficient in sleight of
Yeah.
hand, so.
So it'll be that plus an additional 2 for his tools and
Okay, so
all that stuff.
13.
13.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, he'll spend most of the day while you guys are out
Yeah.
working on something that he thinks will be cool.
Cool.
Okay.
And then I'll go have breakfast.
Yeah. Breakfast. All right, gang. Phoebe, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Where does the door appear?
What do you mean?
when we leave.
Where does the door appear? Where are the tater tots?
We're in the Laris region of
Oh.
the tater tots.
Yes.
Oh, you mean the exit?
Mm-hmm. Where does your door
Tater tots.
appear?
Damn
It
tater
can be any doorway. Think Monsters Inc. It can be any doorway
Just someone's bathroom.
that you have ever been in.
Oh.
Think very carefully about that. It can be any doorway you have ever been in, but you are there once you leave.
Yeah.
So if you say, we're in Ediola, you then have to hike like back down or wait the 12 hours for the door to reappear. But it's worth noting, to keep it as simple as possible, you can go to any of the major towns you've been to.
Okay.
You can just say, we're back there.
Monkey wrench, I want to go to Alluvia.
Uh-huh.
Get it, girl.
So you can consult the team, because you have about an hour before the door even opens.
Why would you do that?
Okay.
So where in the world
That one bathroom.
do the
that
tater
one
tots
time.
go? So
Just
tater tots.
Gloucester.
FC
Gloucester?
baby.
Full combo?
Yeah. Bull combo.
Wombo combo. That ain't Falco.
Falchester.
So Phoebe,
Yeah.
I'm already just gonna scrub it. You can appear just outside of town. I'm gonna way uncomplicate all of this.
Okay.
You can appear in a town that you have been in, but people will like see you just apparate.
Because
so
wouldn't
you can
that
think to do it in a
effectively
special
be
space.
the equivalent of like, say
But
we
it's-
were camping in the middle of a trail and we just want to come out where we were camping in the trail?
Yeah.
Like that's not a door.
Yeah, I'm just for my own sanity later, so I don't have to remember every door you've ever been in.
Yeah.
That's fair too.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
as I'm saying that, I'm like, you know what, this is a horrible idea. So yeah, I'm just gonna say you guys can appear anywhere you have been.
And then
If we remember
wherever.
a door, though, can we do it?
I'm gonna say anywhere you have been.
Yeah,
If
so
you
we
have
can be
been,
specific
so
if
if
we
you've
want,
been to
right?
Falchester and you go, I want to appear at Hawthorne's house.
Yeah.
You could do that to him.
Yeah.
But you might damage your relationship with him
Yeah.
irrevocably.
So, in
But-
theory,
When
they've been on
5
the
children
ship,
bamf into his
so we
living
can
room
appear
at
on
2
the
in the
ship.
morning.
Yeah.
When it's dawn or dusk, though, we have to go to the same spot.
No, you just have to be able to see the sky
Oh, that's it.
during that hour of dusk.
Okay.
Between the lowest point of the sun and when it is fully gone. As soon as it hits the horizon and disappears, that door is out.
Okay.
So,
But I'm going to
TL
round that time up to an hour to make it nice and easy.
TLDR, if we wanted to like go through the door and come out, say on like Hawthorne's building, but coming outside, we can just say like we're outside Falchester because that's equivalently what it
Yeah.
is. But if we were like, oh, we want to be at the door in Alluvia and be specific, we can still do that.
Yeah.
And you can be like, no, actually, you haven't been in that door or whatever.
Yeah. And
but-
then we'll think about it.
Okay.
Yeah. But
To
pretty much, yeah.
Falchester.
To Falchester? Okay.
we're going to
As
Falchester.
you reach your hand out towards the door and you're like, we're going to Falchester. As soon as your hand contacts that doorknob, you swing that door open. Smell the salt of the sea and you can see the sun just beginning to rise. And we'll pick it up next week in Falchester. A much needed night of rest and relaxation behind them, some more restful than others. The Tots emerge in the seaside port of Falchester and prepare for the next leg of their adventure. If you enjoyed this leg of the Tater Tots journey, leave a like on the video and show them your support. If you'd like to keep up with the Tots in the future, why not subscribe to the channel? If you'd like to help us out in other ways, you can follow the links in this video's description box to the Patreon. From there, you can join the discussion in our Discord servers, check out the post-show, still rolling, and get access to some extra special content before it goes live. There's also a link if you'd like to check out some Boarding Party merch, and let us know in the comments below what you think about this week's revelations, and what the Tots should put in their rooms. Thanks for watching Boarding Party. We'll catch you next week.